game, the home is gonna be a healthy, safe place for them. That's why I did this for you. And it has the filters and bulbs and the different consumables. They're covered for the next 5 years, and I did that because I don't want you to have to purchase these things. I want you to take that money you would spend on the filters and put that money towards your kids' activities. They deserve that. That's why I did that for them. That's gonna be on code. Who's gonna help me with that? The customer's gonna help me with that. I'm gonna use the exact words the customer gave me and put them right into that presentation. And people are gonna say, well, man, does that really work? Well, here's what I'm gonna tell you. At the end of it all, let's go back a little bit. After he did the thing where I care and I'm frustrated, that's called the magic moment possibility. I'm gonna explain to you what a magic moment is right now, so you know what it is. The magic moments used to be, it was mentioned, if you guys watch the videos at all, the first videos we mentioned magic moments in a subliminal fashion. We may have even said magic moments slightly. It was just an afterthought. It wasn't a premier part of the program. Now the new videos coming up, the new e-learning platform we have, the magic moments will have its own course. It's such a strong part of the program, which is what we're gonna learn right now, how to do magic moments. You guys, you said you mentioned that before, right? But guess what it's time for right now, instead of magic moments?
Beer.
It's time for magic break time. Because you guys have been working so hard. Let's go back at 2:43, and then that's gonna be a sprint till the end of the day, right? So you guys have a good bathroom break, and we'll come back at 2:43. We'll see you then. go out and do a field and do work too or not?
That's the thing, not 100%. I'm sure about it backwards. That's the big thing I do. But I'm trying to, because I'm backwards, you know, well, like, I'm like, I do.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see how to incorporate that. So instead of $95, I
Mhm.
do $100.
Cool, yeah. Okay, that would help with that. We'll definitely try and work with you on that, for sure.
But I think in the next year or so,
See if you have to, yeah.
I've done sewer like my whole life.
Yeah.
But it's more like like I know a little bit.
You're riding with one of the other guys. You guys saw you in the truck with somebody, right? Were you doing some, riding with one of the guys or no?
When was that?
A couple of maybe last year.
I'm not even here.
Yeah, was it? His music choices are definitely different.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself. It's the highs and the lows.
Yeah, it's all over the place. It's like, so Jake, you do plumbing or you do plumbing and AC or?
We're a plumbing. Just
Alright.
plumbing.
How long you been doing it?
Like 14 in summers, and then I'm full time stable.
Okay.
About 3 years.
I started out doing it when I was 10.
I've been on jobs since I was 4, but didn't really do much.
Have I ever
I'll
heard
picture that. There's things I mean with my dad. I was playing the water heater boxes.
I haven't heard of started when I was like 18.
No way.
Gosh, over
For that, I'm still under plumbing.
Tell you what, it's a career. I made a lot of money with it. Sales is a lot easier, I'll tell you that.
same thing actually.
Schools taught line dancing for like 100 years. Something crazy.
I mean, maybe the people just don't do that in my area, but I've never ever heard of anybody square dancing.
You didn't do that?
I know I had to do
Oh, you
it.
did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
You
did
did
do
it
that?
in
And,
school.
in 7th grade we did.
Yeah, me too. 7th grade. Yeah.
It sucked.
Is it like a federal law? You have to do that in 7th grade?
Yeah, I think it's just torture. That's all it is.
It was during PE, bro. It's not even PE. We had to do like the salsa too and everything.
I mean, even the salsa you might actually use once.
Yeah.
Well, see, now we didn't have to do it. Ours was square dancing and something else. And it was like, can't you guys actually just teach us something practical? I mean, Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a rule of thumb. You should never learn dancing that doesn't help you pick up chicks.
Yeah, well, that's
Square
kind of
dancing is just not one of those.
You need like 8 people to do it. When are you gonna
Right.
get that many people?
Go to the
having
club
people
and
that actually
everything.
want to do it. That's the worst part.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let's have a square dance. Huh? That's a conversation you're just not going to have too often.
That's your now, they not know.
Now, this one reminds me of something out of Rocky Horror Picture Show.
This one?
Yeah.
Definitely still random, but.
Again, going back to Rocky Horror. Notes. So what do you do, all the recording and stuff?
What's that?
What do you do, all the recording?
No, just, also just trying to be here in case Joe needs anything, you know? Like, give me a water up for a while. Yeah, help out recording, of course. We need to help him out with the coaching stuff on our team. It's probably good that we should.
Okay.
Getting that long break. Joe's in the back.
Single rifle 5 on Friday, or how long is it on
No,
Friday?
usually do like a half day on Friday. Just everybody's pretty much done. We have a small group here too, so we'll probably finish right here.
I'm hoping I gotta drive out of traffic one day.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, if anything, we start graduations on Thursday, so if you wanted to, you probably just do it Thursday, and then, it's not entirely necessary that you come on Friday. Because,
We're out here till Friday, so I mean, I don't have a problem.
yeah, well, then we can
I was
do it Friday.
I was gonna take it back that Friday, but then so I was just trying to see.
I'm just hoping to know.
He's like, hey, make sure we
I
get
wanted
this
to,
week. So I'm like, and then you're like, yeah, I'll do it. And I said, yeah,
I'm watching you doing it. I was gonna do it the next day.
Literally on Friday, we start graduations at like 9 a.m., so I'm gonna do a few in an hour.
I just got done. So I didn't even cross
You
the
pretty much did my
line.
last one in my car, but I'm never coming back on Tucson.
Okay, I like the song.
eclectic mix. I'll give them that one. So where do you guys located, Jake? Over in California, or where you guys at?
You know, Pismo Beach.
Oh, really? Down there?
We're 30 minutes south from there, but we go to the whole area.
Well, you got an eclectic music mix. I'll give you that one.
Thank you.
You are definitely all over the place. You got a little bit of everything.
That's what I do. It's not boring.
Okay. Yes. I'm very excited for this. Yeah. So it's your
Just don't look at it.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you for a second?
What?
Can I talk to you for a second?
Sure.
So apparently these only have 30 minutes left on them.
What?
Apparently these hard drives have 30 minutes left on them. I don't know how that's possible. But I'll need a 10-minute break to. I don't know if I can hear it back in my head.
Just take some before we're done.
All right. Can you take it off of one and then just put the other one into that way? Switch them around. You take that one first and then.
That's probably what I'll do.
All right. Are you guest or pest? You ready? On to the next line here. So does everybody have kind of like the who found the problem, what did they say? So that's going to be kind of hardwired into the system. Before it used to be sort of like a thing we did and was like, we didn't really identify it as a main part of the system, but it is now. It's a fourth part. We have the convince me step, the danger line, part 1 and part 2, and then we have this connecting to find the code. So this is actually a section which we're going to go over with you guys that you're going to have to know by tomorrow. So these 3 questions that we just covered, hopefully you'll have it by tomorrow, right? So let's go over, I said the possibility of a magic moment. So we have a chance to connect with clients either as a guest or a pest. Make sense? So we're going to leave a lasting impression. And what creates a guest and what creates a pest? Well, let's look at it. Let's see what creates a guest or a pest. So creating a guest, number 1, write this down in the column. A guest, I should say pest on the left-hand side. And on the pest category, I got that mixed up. I just made these slides, redid them. So I got it wrong. So on the pest, so make sure you put in the know-it-all in the pest category, please. All right, so make the know-it-all in the pest. I'll change the slide for today's meeting here, right? The know-it-all is in the pest category. On the other hand, a guest would be a student of the client and not a know-it-all, somebody who doesn't act like they know it all the time, right? You want to learn more about people. Number 2, a pest talks too much, and a guest listens more, better, a good listener. Listens with their ears and their eyes and the tone as well. A pest makes a mess of the client's home, and a guest cleans up before they're asked to clean up. You don't have to be asked to do it. You clean up before people ask you to do it, right? A pest assumes things. They assume things that are going on about the client, and a guest assumes nothing. But I can't believe I was so tired I wrote that column the wrong way. I keep getting it wrong myself. Finally, a pest wastes the customer's time, and a guest respects the time of the client. A pest one-ups people. You hear a one-upper? Somebody who says something, and then you got something better. Like, you know, yeah, I mean, I coach my son's Little League team. You do? Really? How'd the team do? Well, it doesn't make a difference how we did. We just, you know, play for fun. Oh yeah, my kid's in AAA baseball. I coached him for 17 years, and he's an all-star. Oh, fuck, must have been nice to you. Must be nice, you know. I play golf. Oh, really? Where do you play? The public course. Oh my goodness, I got a ticket to Twin Orchards. That's a really good one. That's the best place. I'll get you in, don't worry. Oh, okay, thanks, Mr. Guy Rocks. Right? My mom died of cancer. Oh gosh, my mom had cancer like 4 times, and she lived.
Oh shit.
But then she died of a heart attack. Poor lady. But that woman knew how to fight cancer. Like, she's better than your mom. Your mom just died of the first cancer. You know what I'm saying? You don't even realize that we're saying this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not trying to one-up people. It's not something you attempt to do, but it's something we unknowingly do in an attempt to connect with people.
Yeah,
It's we fumbled the ball. Like, you want to know how you lost the job? You probably one-up people. Like, you're better than the other company. You got 6 options, they got 1 option. They didn't even think of the air quality. You got it personalized and customized, but you one-up the customer and they're done with you. And the other guy didn't. He just shut up and sold the job. You see what I'm saying? So don't understand that the one-upping is a huge liability if you do it. Just keep yourself out of it. Like this. Oh my God, the last company, I can't believe it. The guy put muddy boots all over my carpet. Well, we would never do that at our company. We always respect your house and your oh yeah, you're one-upping the other company, right? Oh, you're beating up on them while they're down, you fucker, you know? So reduce the urge to pile on the other company by saying it's bad service or saying we would never do that kind of stuff, because you're one-upping the company when they say that to you, right? Like, the other guy disrespected my time. Well, we would never disrespect your time. Oh, like now you're saying that shit because you're just saying what you're just trying to say what I want to hear. I see what you're doing. You see what I'm saying, guys? So don't try to don't even unknowingly one-upping. My advice is to shut up as opposed to thinking of one-up, right? So to shut up, so one-upping, shut-upping is better. Instead of the one-up, what do you do instead of there? You do magic moments. What are magic moments? Magic moments are occasions where people have victories or challenges that you observed. Like me coaching my son's Little League team. It could be a victory, and it also could be a challenge, right? Anybody here ever coach a kids team of any kind? You ever work with the kids? The children? So the good part is you get to see some kid who could barely even kick a ball, scores a goal, and everybody goes crazy. And it's like we won the championship because he scored the 1 goal. Yay! Ashley, you're so amazing. High five, girl. Everybody's going nuts. And Ashley, she couldn't even walk, and now she can kick the ball. It's crazy shit. You know, so we're all just, isn't it like that? Like, what kind of game did you coach? What did you do?
Boys soccer.
Oh my God. Like, just having your kid kick the ball at all. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh fuck, yeah, fucking A, kick that ball. God forbid he scores a goal, you'd just be doing freaking handstands if he scored a goal. He scored a goal, he just happened to be sitting there, ball goes up his shins and into the net. How'd you see that move? He just like perfectly still, like mind like water. That takes skill. That's my son. You know what I'm saying? I mean, isn't it crazy when you see your kid and you're like, isn't that, you can't reproduce that pride. But there is the other end of it where you're practicing in the evenings with all the kids. And all the other parents just drop the kids off. and you become daddy daycare for 15 kids. What? Where's everybody else gone? Just you, Caesar. Have fun with the kids. We'll see you later. We're going to Starbucks. Me and the wife are going to lead our formerly single life before we had kids, and you're going to handle our kid today. Have fun with that for an hour. Shit, really? Yeah, really. And have fun with all the other 14 kids too. Yeah. You think your kid would behave the best? Hell no. He's the ringleader that's causing all the problems. What? We're depending on you to have law and order in this team. Dad, you got the wrong guy you're depending on. Anyway, so guess is a victory. Isn't victories and challenges? Would you agree? It's not like, oh, soccer practice tonight. Oh, fuck. I got things I want to do, right? Or you got a job you're gonna work late on. You got soccer practice. You got to get there. Oh, Jesus. That's the challenge, right? It intrudes in your work life, your family, or vice versa. It's hard. So there's things that are good, things that are bad. There's always something good and bad, right? My mom is dying of cancer, and that's a challenge. So we're having her come to live with our family and take care of her. That's a victory, getting the family together. See what I'm saying there? There's always pluses and minuses of every situation. And guys, you are commonly observing this in the life of people. All you gotta do is ask, hey, where did you guys find this little guy, this little dog? What do most people say where they found their dog? We purchased from a Russian breeder from Russia. It cost us $8,000. No, most people just do what? Rescue him. I rescued that dog. What was he doing before you rescued him? He was just sitting in the pound. They were just about to exterminate him. Oh my goodness. Can I just say something? What's that? What do you want to say? I think Rex is lucky to have a daddy like you, Joe. I mean, you take the time and bring him into your family. It's so nice that you would adopt him and bring him into the family. It makes me feel good that somebody cares about animals like I do. Thanks so much. And thanks for sharing that. It's so nice that you would share it. Thanks for sharing that information. It's going to make me do a better service for you guys. Thanks so much. And then that's called a magic moment, right? So magic moments, how important are they? Well, they're a game changer. You want to change somebody's mind without persuading them? This is definitely persuasion by taking action and not by talking, right? So here's what I mean. I'll just tell you. I was brought into, I'll just give you a little thing. I was brought into San Antonio, Texas, to a place called John Wayne Heating and Air. And they told me, they said, we need to get the guys, the options are working and they're doing good, but we need to get the guys to soften it up a little bit because they're pushing our customers too much. We're starting to get some bad reviews because guys are being too pushy now. That we started giving them an incentive pay, so now everybody wants to sell stuff, and it's getting a little bit pushy. We're getting some bad Yelp reviews. So why don't you come in here and kind of soften it up for us, because we did use the other flat rate system where they took it from you and they used it for themselves. Yeah, the new flat rate, yeah, they did that. They said, okay, well, can you come in and show us the right way? Sure, I'd be happy to. Go in there, and the very first thing they sent me on a call with a guy named Tizak, who's a Syrian guy who lives in Texas, and he goes, oh, so Tizak, what's going on? This job sucks. Why does it suck? Well, everybody in Texas hates Syrian people. Why do you think that? I just think they hate everybody from the Middle East. Yeah. Well, Tizak, how would they even know you're from the Middle East? Why don't you you look Mexican, for God's sake. Just leave the Syrian part out. Just don't even bring it up. Why don't you just, well, I'm proud of myself. I said, you're right. You shouldn't deny it. You shouldn't don't really want to talk. I said, why don't we not make your background or your family history part of it right now? Let's just focus on the customer's family. So we go to the first call, and the very first call we get dispatched says, customer very upset, wants to cancel their service agreement and perform the last maintenance here. So we went to the call and performed the last maintenance. I get to the call, her name was Evelyn. Hey Evelyn, what's going on? Well, did they tell you what's going on? I said, yeah, they told me, but I want to hear from you. What would they say? Well, they said that we were going to cancel our agreement today, service agreement with you guys, but I want you guys to do the last maintenance because I paid for it. But whatever you do, don't bring up the electrical from the last guy that was out here. Don't bring that up. I said, okay, so don't bring it up even if it's dangerous? Well, if it's dangerous, bring it up, but it's not needed. Because last time the guy said it was needed, it was going to burn my house down, but obviously it didn't burn my house down, so it wasn't needed. I said, okay, I'll take that into consideration. That's why I always say every time, I'll take that into consideration, whenever I'm gonna take it actually into consideration, but I'm actually not gonna go the way, so I'm not gonna do what they say,
You
but I'm
did the
not gonna disagree with them. Right, so when I say the words, I'll take that into consideration, it means I'm actually gonna do the opposite of what they're saying, right? So, but they don't know that, they think I'm gonna go with the flow. So, we go to the call and I walk in the house and there's 5 puppies in a cage. And I said, now Evelyn, who puppies are these? As well as my babies. So where do you get these puppies? So I rescue them from the animal shelter in San Antonio. I go to the animal shelter and I find, every single month I find 5 new puppies and I go on Craigslist and I try to find a home for the puppies. I said, how long have you been doing that for? Oh, she's like 12 years now. So every single month, that's 60 puppies a year? Yeah, 60 or more. I do for 12 years, so I said, it's 700 puppies. 720 puppies you've done. You realize that? She goes, yeah, I guess it is been over 700. That sounds right. I said, wow. Evelyn, can I just say something? What's that? One thing I know for sure is those puppies are lucky to have a mommy like you. I mean, you go out of your way to rescue these puppies. I mean, what would happen if you didn't rescue the puppies? Well, obviously, Joe, they would put them to death. Oh my goodness, it's even more special. Can I just say something? What's that? I'm gonna go back and tell my dog Brownie that I just met a hero. Brownie is gonna be so happy when she hears that I met you. She goes, what kind of dog is Brownie? I said, she's like a little beagle. You tell Brownie I said hi. I said, I'll tell her, Evelyn. And she says, you want a cup of coffee? I said, sure, I'll have a cup of coffee. And T-Zach's like, I'm good. I'm like, T-Zach wants a cup too. He doesn't realize it. Cream and sugar, if you don't mind. He needs a little more sugar. So we go out to the backyard and we're looking at a heat pump with a dryer vent pouring into it and a $1,900 on the wall with 2 bare wires coming out of it, right? And I'm like, oh, look at that. It is dangerous, you know. And I'm like, so she comes out with this tray and she says, yeah, here's the coffee. She's pouring the coffee for us. Now understand, when we first got there, she said she wants to cancel the contract, right? And she says, don't look at the electrical thing. And then she's pouring the coffee. And she goes, Joe, can you do me a favor? What's that? As long as you're out here looking at this thing, what do you think of that electrical thing? Do I really need that or not? Because the other guy said it was going to burn the house down. What do you think? I said, well, I told you I would take it into consideration, but it's too soon to talk about it. Let me ask you a question. To try and change the subject. That's the mastery of Joe Crisera. I don't get into the technical things, even though she's asking if I need it. I said, let me ask you a question. What do you do for a living? I never asked you, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a special counselor at the high school. You are a special counselor? Why is it so special? Well, we have this program called the San Antonio Mentoring Program, where we take kids who parents have got involved with crime and drugs and things like that, and we help those kids find mentors from other parents. And the parents kind of adopt those kids to do the homework, just for the homework. I said, that's amazing. I said, so what happens when you do that? She's like, well, it's 300 kids in the program right now, and we've had over 1,500 kids over the years take that program. It's helped them tremendously. Well, I can tell you one thing for sure. What can I tell you? May I say something? You mind if I said something? Sure, what is it? Well, I can tell you one thing for sure, is that those kids are lucky to have a person like you. I mean, you go through this special program you create, and you help these kids get on the straight track. It's so nice that you do that. You know, it makes me feel, because not many people would make their special point of their career to go that way, right? And you take the time to do that. I tell you, it makes me feel good to see somebody like you who takes care of kids and those puppies. Can I just say thank you for sharing that with me? And also thanks for the opportunity to help you today. I mean, it's so nice that you would do that. It really makes me feel good. Thanks so much. And she said this, she goes, well, I just do what I can. She goes, if I don't rescue those puppies, if I don't rescue those kids, Joe, who's gonna rescue them? I don't know. That's why it's so amazing. Can I go back and tell my wife I met a hero? I told her that. Those little things I throw in there, like those are magic moments. And you're like, that ain't gonna work, all this stuff. Well, it only works if you feel it. If you don't feel it, if you're a sociopath who can't feel things for people, then I can't help you. This is probably the hardest thing I teach. This is the opposite of sarcasm right now. You understand this? Authenticity and just being honest and giving unconditional support to people. This is what I mean right here. Can you imagine being a curmudgeon-y guy who normally doesn't say anything nice about anything to anybody, and instead you're making a point of your life to make people feel good? That's what you've gone instead. You decide, I've made a decision that instead of being a rain cloud in people's lives, I'm going to be sunshine and look at the positive side of everything. Even when your mom's dying of cancer, I tell you one thing, your mom is fortunate to have a son like you who is there for her and there for the family too. Imagine their brothers and sisters, how thankful they are to have a person like you to help take care of mom. It's so nice that you would do that. If I had a nickel for every time I did a magic moment like that, this room would be full of nickels. And it's changed the legacy of who I am, and it's changed the arc of my career. Everything I've ever accomplished is because of magic moments. When I start every speech, I start with telling people how fortunate I am to be in front of you. Do you think I ever take it for granted that people would want to spend an entire week with me and also pay me $3,000 to do that for the pleasure of spending a week with me? You know what I'm saying there? It's like, they don't do that for me. They do that because they want to get a result. But I still feel honored that people will do that, take their time when they don't even spend that time with their own spouse or kids or mom. If I told you to spend 40 hours with your mom all week, you'd probably freak out, right? So, you know what I'm saying there? So, I don't take it lightly. It's tough. I don't. You guys should. So you shouldn't take it. You shouldn't take it lightly either. When your customer wants to spend this time with you, they could be doing other things right now, and they're giving you an opportunity. They're giving you. They're sharing things about their life, right? So that's what Evelyn said. Now Evelyn said this at the end of that second magic moment. She said, "Well, Joe, I mean, all I can tell you is that if I need to get that electrical thing redone, let's just do it, okay? Before you go, let's just get that thing done today." So it went from, do I need it, to let's just get it done at the second magic moment. But you think that was done? We're not done. Because you kept seeing me write stuff down in my report, the observations and the prices. I wasn't doing that, I was just writing it down without the price. I know she was right on me. And so I was writing all the stuff down without having the prices written down. She goes, "Joe, why are you writing so much stuff there?" I'm like, well, I'm just trying to make a full report since it's our last visit. I want to make sure we're thorough on this one. Let me ask you a question. It's October. What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? She said, well, I'm just going to do what I normally do every single week, except for I'm going to extend it from 2 days on Saturday and Sunday to going from 5 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this time instead. What do you do every single weekend? Oh, it's obvious, Joe. Everybody should do this. What do you think she did?
Food kitchen.
Soup kitchen.
Volunteered, she feeding the homeless at the soup kitchen in San Antonio. Wow. See, do I expect that to happen? No. You can't make magic moments happen. They just happen. And of course I told her what? I said what? What did I say? Let's go back and you guys do the final one, right?
Yeah, say something.
Those homeless people. Good. You pick one. Which one do you want to say? Let's go to Jake over here. Jake, which one do you want to say?
Would you mind if I said something?
Sure. What is it you want to say there, Justin? Make sure you validate them.
One thing I know for sure is your family.
Not the family, but who's it? The homeless?
The homeless are fortunate to have somebody like you care so much.
Really? Why is it they're so fortunate, Oscar?
Because not many guys would take the time to stay home and take care of their homeless.
In this case, it'd be not many people would go out and take the time and go out and help people they don't even know. People who are complete strangers, and helping those people. Leaving your house instead of staying home. It's even more special to leave your house every weekend and go out and feed people who you don't even know, Joe. I mean, it's amazing that you would do that, right? I mean, it really is kind of amazing if somebody would do that every week. Right, isn't it? I know I wouldn't do it. I don't do it. I could. I thought about it. Maybe I should. But that's a long way downtown LA. Anyway, so, man, that's the real people too, you know what I'm saying? So, and over here, finally, Sherry, how's it make you feel there, if you don't mind?
Well, it makes me feel good to know that someone is out there taking care of the homeless people.
Yeah, thank you. And finally, the old thank you over here. Ron?
Excuse me. I just want to tell you, thank you for sharing that information with me. It's going to help me be a better person and provide better service.
That's good. And one more thing too. One last thank you there, Carlos. Second thank you. There's always a thank you for the opportunity too.
Thank you so much for the kind comments. It certainly makes me feel inspired to help you here today.
That's so nice, isn't it? So thank people for two things all the time. One, thank them for sharing this personal information that they don't have to, but they are. You've given you a gold mine. So can you at least thank people for getting that information, the gold they just gave you? They gave you equity. Before they weren't giving you shit. They were like, yeah, we're just getting estimates, we're not doing anything today. That kind of person. Now they're giving you this, and later on when you come back, after, let's say we did all this stuff. So for Evelyn, I did all 3 magic moments like that, right? And I said, well, I'm finished with the maintenance, Evelyn, and I guess that concludes our visit. And I tell you what, for the last time we're ever gonna work together, this was one of the best things, the best visits I've ever had. Can we take a selfie together? We took a selfie with her. Me and Tizak and her. And I'm gonna take pictures of the puppies. I'm gonna see if the guys at John Wayne wanna adopt the puppy. I took pictures of the 5 puppies and brought them back to the shop and said, who wants to adopt these guys? We had 150 guys, we got 5 of them got adopted that week, right? And so I can help just a little way, a small way, right? And so I said, that was it. So I said, well, that concludes our business. I just need you to sign here to cancel the agreement that you called me to do. So just sign here. If you sign right here, it means that we've permanently canceled our agreement and we never do business again. She's like, well, Joe, aren't you supposed to tell me what happened on the maintenance hall? Like, what did you find and everything? What about the electrical thing and stuff like that? Though you never even got into that. I said, well, I did promise you I wouldn't talk about that. But aren't you supposed to tell me what you found? Well, I'm supposed to, but special cases like you, people who don't want to hear it, you said before, don't tell me about anything else to improve it because you don't want to hear it. Yeah, but I said if I needed it, I want to get it done. All right, if I told you you needed it, what would happen? Then we need to get it done. All right, let me show you what I got here. So, Evelyn, let me ask you a question. You see that dryer vent blowing lint into the heat pump? Yeah? How can air travel through the lint after it's been packed on the coil like that? Is there a way that air could pass through that? No, it's completely blocking it. So you do know that the heat pump right now is only down to about a 35% performance because about 70% of the surface is completely blocked right now. So that's one thing I have to tell you. The mechanical system is working, but you're wasting over 50% of the energy just to have the stuff move around. It's not actually cooling the house like it should. How come the other guy didn't tell me about that? Well, actually, he did tell you, but he just didn't tell you the same way we did. So how did I deliver the information? In the form of a question. So if you want to tell people things, number one, wait to tell them until you have all the information, and then tell them in the form of a question. Don't tell them what it is. Ask them, how does air pass through that coil? It doesn't. Yeah, so what do you think of that? Oh my God. Yeah. How does waste sewage travel through that black stuff inside the pipes, do you think? It doesn't. If you're okay with that, what do you think about that? Oh my God, Justin, we gotta get this thing fixed. See what I'm saying? You're creating that interest and desire by doing that. You deliver it in the form of a question. Can I ask you a question? The water heater is fractured, but you got the finished basement down here. What would happen if that floor drain started to get restricted and water started going into this part of the basement? What would happen then? Oh my God, we can't have that, Ron. What can we do, right? And I said, let me ask you another question. We got the 220 volt wires down there, which are not installed correctly. They're bare wires. Does your little dog, Harry, the one you tried to rescue, is he trained not to chew through 220 volt wires? No, he doesn't ever train anything like that. So what do you think about the fact that we have bare 220 volt wires that aren't protected, and your dogs are out here playing next to the heat pump? What do you think of that? See, I can't tell her what's going to happen, but her imagination is way stronger than anything I could ever say. I'm not going to tell her the puppies are going to get electrocuted. I just say, here's the two conditions that exist, what do you think of that? I just gotta make it, communicate the danger without her, without telling her what the danger is. Make sense? Let her fill in the blanks on that. Well, we gotta get this stuff fixed, Joe. We do. But remember what we said before when we first got here? I know, but it was before I met you. What we gotta do? Well, the top option you're not gonna like, it's too premium, it's too good, too permanent. But I got some other ones that are more affordable. Bottom options, just getting the main thing fixed so we don't have electrical hazards out here. So the top option is called the Platinum Plus Evelyn's Heat Pump Rescue Renovation. Where'd I get the words rescue from? From Evelyn. I said, Evelyn, I can't rescue the puppies or the homeless or those kids at the school, but I can definitely rescue the heat pump. That's what I'm gonna do. This top option gives us complete renovation. We're gonna move the unit from where its current location 15 feet over so we don't have lint going into it. We're also gonna run new electrical to protect Harry and the rest of the puppies. It's gonna be permanently done in a commercial grade voltage protection system. With that, we're gonna do a commercial, light, heavy duty voltage renovation. I call it the San Antonio Hot Weather Kit. Everything's gonna be beefed up. So I did 50 amp contactor instead of 40, 440 capacitor instead of 330, 370, hard start kit, everything in this thing is gonna be put in here. 5-year warranty, 5-year service program. Take a guess. What do you think we're talking about here, Evelyn? She said, I don't know. I don't want to guess. I said, what if I said it was 5,000? I said, that's what I thought, figured that. I said, actually it's only $39.72, so what should we do? And she said this, she goes, Joe, I know I should do the top one, but I'm just a teacher, I don't have the money for that. Do you mind if I just did the one for $24.62 instead? But she's asking permission to get the lesser one. I said, well, you know, my job is to make the options, your job is to purchase one, so I don't care which one you do. What should we do? Let's do the $24.62. Can I upgrade later on to the better one? Well, what if I said I could put you on the schedule? When do you want to do the upgrade? Well, it's October now. I'm thinking come back in April and we'll upgrade it before summer. Okay, so if I could get this done and hold the price for you and do this $39.72, but get the first part done and come back and get the second part done, what would happen then? Yeah, that's exactly what I want. I said, okay, so what should we do? Let's just do that. Those are all the objections I got from her. I came back to John Wayne's offices. Well, how did she take it when we canceled the agreement? I failed to cancel the agreement. I screwed up. Oh my God, what happened? Yeah, instead of canceling the agreement, I just sold $2,462 instead. Here, what should we do? Chase the check. I was like doing that to my manager. Do that one, okay? So I couldn't even get $200 for that call. What happened? I said I got 2,000. What should we do? Let's drop it. Watch them scurry for it. Watch them chase the money. Watch the manager chase the money. It's always fun. It's a fun little game we play. And the one that the manager has fun too. They enjoy it for some reason. I don't know why they gave me that crappy call. I couldn't, just like next time you got a job they give you. I don't know, I couldn't even get 5,000 for that one. What'd you get? What happened? Oh no, what happened? Yeah, I couldn't get 5,000. Instead I got 35,000. What should we do? Drop the mic. You know what I'm saying? Have fun. It's a little game I play with people. Yeah, we couldn't even do that. Isn't that fun? Fun one, right? Everybody use that one in your class. Tell them where it came from too. Pastor Joe. All right, so that's the magic wand. What do you guys think? It's the hardest thing. Here's your assignment if you choose to accept it for tonight. The assignment is to find your server, whoever you may go to a restaurant tonight or something. Anybody gonna eat out at a restaurant? Somebody's gonna eat home? You're not gonna travel back to Payson, right? Wherever that is.
Yeah, we're gonna go home and eat tonight.
Get out of
We'll be
here.
back in the morning.
I don't even know where it is. You keep saying Payson, like, I don't even know. Is that even in, it's like somewhere, I see other California.
It's like by Cornville.
By Victorville?
Somewhere by Cornville.
Something. Anyway, you're not gonna go back there, are you?
No.
It's too far. It's like halfway to Vegas, right? So, we're in Vegas. That's exactly where we live. Okay, so it's probably easier to get to Vegas than it would be here, right?
Probably.
Less traffic, yeah. So anyway, you stay here, you talk to your waitress. What I want you to do, I got 2 magic moment possibilities. And if you do the one, I'm gonna give you a bobblehead doll if you do that, okay? There's no you didn't think you had a guaranteed bobblehead doll, did you? Oh, hell no. You gotta show me something here before you get a bobblehead. So here's the idea. If you do the one, here's the basic magic moment. I want you to find your waitress tonight, and I want you to go back to her, and I want you to say, can I just say something? What? What's your name? Karen. What did I do wrong? Nothing, Karen. I just want to say something. What is it? Well, first of all, let me just say how lucky we are to have you as our waitress. We're at a class on customer service, and you typify the kind of service that we're learning about. So I want to say thank you for that service. Not many people would put the effort that you put in doing your job. And it makes me feel good. I see somebody taking care of all these people like you do. Thanks so much. And again, thank you so much for your service. I really appreciate that. Now, if you meet a military person or whatever, that's even better. You know, then you do that one. I'll give you a bobblehead if you can find a military person to do it. Now, here's how you get the bobblehead for sure, though. This is called the Major League Magic Moment. Here's what you do. You tell the waitress, instead of saying to her magic moment, you say, instead of this, you go, Justin. You say, Justin, I'm sorry, can I say something to you?
Sure.
What's your name?
Justin.
Justin, that would have been easier just doing that, right? What was I doing? Why did I take the hard route? I could have asked him. Justin, can I just say something? I need to talk to your manager. Tell him I got a problem.
Why is that?
Just tell him to get here. I want you to come back with him too, okay?
Okay.
So come back here with I need to talk to both of you together. We have a problem. We have a problem here. Get going.
Okay. Go back.
So now he gets the manager and himself, right? Coming back, and let's make sure that let's say that this gentleman, what's your name?
John.
John. John's going to be the manager, and he's going to be the server. Justin's going to be the server, and John's going to have that manager thing. Clasp your hands like this, and like lean forward, like, what's going on? What can I help you with? Like that kind of thing. The manager, like he's praying, he doesn't get yelled at. Go ahead, John. Ask me what's going on today.
Joe, what's going on today? What's going on?
How'd you know my name? Anyway,
I
just
told
say,
him.
sir. We're not on a first name basis. But go ahead, tell me. I'll stay in the moment here, okay? Get the character acting down, okay? You want to be an actor? Here we are. Here we are. It's Hollywood, baby. Let's get this shit down, all right? Here we go. So, go ahead. Sir, how can I help you?
Sir, how can I help you?
Well, are you his boss?
Yes, sir. I'm his manager.
Well, let me tell you something. I want to tell you. I want to let you know how lucky the restaurant is to have a guy like Justin. I mean, this guy has done nothing but put maximum effort into his service. We're at a class here for customer service, and this guy typifies the kind of service that people should be doing. And I want to say thanks to you, and thanks to you, Justin, for doing excellent service. I really appreciate that. Our hats go off to you, really, guys.
This never happens.
That's what you're gonna hear. But I need you to videotape it though on the phone. I need you to get a video of that. So if you give me a video of that, it's definitely bobblehead for you tomorrow. Right? I'll get you the best bobblehead.
Videotape the kitchen.
Chris
See
said you
what
guys
they
had
can do
one.
when they get back there.
You only get the bobblehead if you do that magic. You do that second magic. Bring the manager over. Then you know you're doing it. Now you're committed to the magic moment. Right? That's gonna feel good. Magic moments are the hardest thing that I teach because it breaks the pattern of what you normally do. We normally would just like to not talk to people when we're out in the public and just be in ourselves in our own little shell, right? Our little safe comfort zone. I'm telling you to break out of that comfort zone, and that's something you got to do. Now, the good news is that when you're with a customer, magic moments just kind of fall in your lap. People say things that are victories and challenges in our life, just listen to what they're saying and then do the magic. It's appropriate at the time to do the magic moment, to increase the self-esteem of the person. Here's the reason why, for the customer, we're doing it to make them feel worthy of a premium option. Because if we show people a premium option when they're feeling bad about themselves, they're probably not gonna treat themselves to something good. So if you're getting people who are always going to cheaper things, you're probably not increasing their esteem high enough to where they feel worthy of buying the premium option. Does that make sense? So the science behind it is to increase their self-esteem to a level where they feel like they are worthy of a premium solution. So it's not just something, it does help you in sales, but you know what helps you even more is they're creating relationships with people. Because I happen to know a man like Ralph over here, he epitomizes magic moments. This guy right over here, you wouldn't think it when you first look at him. You'd probably think he's gonna kill me, right? He would probably too if you let him. The stories this guy has, I drove all the way to Tucson with him. Just don't spend any time talking to him about it because they'll scare the shit out of you if you like hear anything. He's got some stories that'll like, should I be in the car with this guy? You know, but that's when he was younger. That's when he's now matured into a sensible man. I did make it alive, yes I did. I was very impressed with this. He actually made me laugh. He was a good guy. So, but I would say, here's a guy who knows how to create relationships. He builds his entire career on those relationships. Would you say that's true, Ralph? I mean, when he went to Tucson, he's like king of Tucson when it came to sewer
Can I
relining.
ask you a question?
Question, go ahead.
And I don't know if everyone comes across this, but I mean, I've had a fair amount of people in the Chicago area, which is where we're dealing with. And you get occasional, time to time, some pretty tough, I will call drivers
Yeah.
mentalities. Do you think you still push the magic moment, so to speak?
Well, you
Or
could
you gotta-
push it based on that, right? Like somebody's the driver, somebody who's really like, listen, I got time for this shit. I got things I got to do. I don't, this is like, they're really kind of like a meat and potatoes kind of guy type of thing.
Yes.
And I would say that's what creates the magic moment right there. The fact that they're driving so hard, they're so frustrated, they're so they're so busy in their life or whatever it is, and they would take the time to help their family like this, even though they got so much shit they got to do, or like what's causing that person to drive so hard? That's my question. Now, you probably observe it. Just
In most cases, yeah, it's probably just what you described. A lot of these guys are
time. I got a
CEOs
business.
are very high up
Right.
the food chain, and they don't got time for this.
I got time for this stuff. I got to get back to my office and things like
They
that.
gotta get back to their job.
Can I just say something, John? What? I think your family's lucky to have this where you take away time from your business and spend it with me. I know being with a plumber can't be the biggest thing in your life to do. I want to say how much it impresses me that it makes me feel good when I see people like you who spend the time with me trying to help the family. Even though you want to be at work right now, and I can understand that, I just want to take a brief moment to say thank you. Something like that. It works. That's all I can tell you is it works.
Yeah, or even thank them for, if you're on a commercial site, say thanks for taking the opportunity to meet with me. Just get them to unfocus off the problem for 30 seconds. And sometimes just that 30-second break of them not focusing on that, they're gonna warm up to you. You're gonna create that relationship with them, and that's what I'm really good at with people, is creating that relationship, like Joe said.
He is. He's good with it. And he creates it permanent too. He keeps the network going. He keeps calling people up, and I got on the blue randomly calling them and things like that too. That helps out too. So of course he has a little bit different kind of a job than what you guys do, but in a way it's the same, just a bigger scale. Creating magic moments, share your gratitude. It's pretty much here. So here's the magic moments. One assignment for tonight is to do a magic moment with a service person in the hotel or at the restaurant. Is everybody got to be voluntary? Are you in or not? Are you in on this?
Absolutely.
Matt, let me see if I can remember his name. Matt, and of course Nathan, and I got you, Justin. You can't write for me. You in? Nathan? In or out? Are you in this or what?
Yes, I'm in.
I can hear like at the. You guys ever go on the airplane? They have the exit row, and you have to say yes, not yes. I have to hear the word yes. So Matt, are you in or not?
Yes.
Are you in?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I'm making Justin do it.
Are you in, Caesar?
Yes.
Oscar?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Justin?
I got a bobblehead in Vegas.
Oh damn!
No.
Oh, don't want for your mom. get one for your mom too. Ryan?
Yep.
It's just a bobble. You gonna do it without the bobblehead then?
Yeah.
I'll give you something else. I'll give you another prize. What do you think you're, Ron? Vince?
Sure.
Are you?
Yeah.
He almost said, Wasn't quite there, are we sure? Wasn't quite feeling that one.
A little nervous.
So, alright, so, grab the magic moments, that's it. I don't know what I gotta do to make this thing work. I'm gonna have to get a different clicker. Just defeating me. Clicker, I'm defeated. Alright. Alright, so thank you for the opportunity as well. Alright, let's go to the law of dissonance if you guys don't mind, real quick. So here you see law of dissonance. So, so if you kind of hear this stuff, you know, earlier in the training we had today, you kind of heard me talk about the thing we did where I'm always kind of stopping or continuing, right? That part of there. Like if I see something not going the way I want it to go, then I give people the choice to stop or continue. In a way, what that is called, that's called the science or the law of dissonance. The law of dissonance is, in a way, the meaning of it, it's the godfather of all persuasion, right? If you're trying to persuade somebody, here's what I mean by that. We can't create a solution or something people should go with. Do you have it? Do you have the page or no?
I do, I
Huh?
just got it.
So here's the thing about it. If you're trying to create solutions for people, you have to be able to have a problem before you create a solution. So solutions are only existing if we have a problem that corresponds with it. Otherwise, a solution is something I don't need because the problem explains why I need the solution. Make sense? So a lot of people, particularly salespeople, like who do estimates on equipment or you're on an estimate call, a lot of times the water heater is still working or the air conditioning or heating system is still working. Yeah, this one's working fine. We're just getting an estimate of the new one. You know what I'm saying there? Right now the drains are working good. We're just interested in getting it relined anyway, just as a preemptive measure. We're just looking to see type of a thing. You ever get people like that who are kind of half-ass interested like that? We're just looking to get a budget right now. Our current water heater works fine, Ron. We're just gonna see if a tankless makes any sense for us. You follow me on that? We saw it on the Bob Vila show. Those are always words to live by, right? Like, we saw it in some Canadian remodeling show where everything costs $8,000 somehow. The whole hydronic system with underflooring, in-floor, embedded flooring into the concrete is only $8,000. Yeah, that's all it was. Oh snap! Wish I could hire that guy. So I just sub him out. They do immaculate work too for the Canadian. Some guy in Vancouver doing all the work for $8,000. So anyway, here's the thing about dissonance. So dissonance is the opposite of harmony. Without dissonance, we can't get people to take action. So if I'm going to get somebody to buy an air cleaner, and they weren't talking about air cleaning, they just talked about a new air conditioning unit, I would say something like, "Hey Caesar, so I don't like what I'm seeing actually. I thought I was going to be able to just come here and do an air conditioning system for you, but I was wrong. We have some major issues in this home." See, that's dissonance 101. And you're gonna be like, "Well, Joe, what's wrong?"
What's
Like,
wrong? What's wrong, Joe?
nobody else had any problems. It's
Nobody
like,
else had any problems?
and that's what bothers me even more. So nobody else even brought up the problems?
No.
That's even worse. So when he tries to deny it, I'm like, see, that's what I'm talking about. See, you don't even think it's a problem. What is the problem? That's what the problem is.
What's the problem?
Well, how important is the health of your family and the safety of your family?
Extremely important.
What would happen if I told you there was a situation, what would happen if there was a possibility of a tragedy that could occur here, but we didn't do anything to avoid it, and nobody told you anything about it?
I'd be very upset. Nobody told me anything about it.
So that's what's happening right now. So I don't want to get into it then, since you don't want to hear about it, apparently. Looks like you don't want to hear about it.
No, I do want to hear about it.
All right, because right now, the air duct system we have in this house is 42% undersized. What did the other guys say about that when they told you about that, right?
No, nobody said a word about that.
Huh. See, that's going to be a game stopper for me, because we can't even go forward anymore. Because if you're trying to ask me to put a furnace and air conditioning unit where the ductwork is 42% undersized, I would just say go ahead and hire the other guys and do it wrong that way. If you want us to do it the right way, where we redo the ductwork and get it sized correctly, we can continue if you'd like us to. So what should we do?
Let's do it.
We have another problem.
What's that?
That's what I don't like what I'm seeing. It's gonna be a higher investment since we're doing the duct work too, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What do the other guys say about the duct work?
that it was fine.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So should we stop or continue at this point, knowing it'll be a higher investment?
let's continue.
Alright, I'll continue. Oh good, I'm glad you wanna continue. Let's go ahead and show you what I got here. See, the dissonance in telling people new information that they didn't hear is the thing that makes it better than the other guy. I've already eliminated pretty much everybody else at this point by doing, it's called last minute elimination of other people. Cause I can't continue if we're gonna have to compete with that. Now ask me, how come the other guys didn't tell me, Joe? They might tell me that, right? I'm inspiring you to say that, right?
Right.
Go ahead and ask me.
Joe, why didn't the other people talk about this?
I don't know. They just either didn't know or didn't care, or they're afraid to tell you because you get upset. Which one do you think it was?
I hope it was they didn't know.
Yeah, they probably didn't. Yeah. You wanna hire somebody who doesn't know?
No.
Like, how do I know what you're saying is true? Ask me that.
How do I know what you're saying is true?
Hold your hand by the register. Here, I'm gonna put some duct tape on your blower door downstairs. Alright, just hold your hand there. Ready? There's 42% more air right now. What does that feel like?
A lot more air.
Yeah. What did the other guys do when they showed you that?
They didn't.
Why are they hiding that from you?
I don't know.
See, now I'm turning tables. How come they're hiding that from you? See, before you're saying, why didn't they tell me about it? I'm saying, why didn't they tell you about it? See, now I just reversed the whole damn thing. 1 second you're asking me that, next second I'm asking you that. Because if you're asking me to compete with a guy who doesn't show you that stuff, either he doesn't know or doesn't care, but the investment's gonna be much higher than the other guys, I can tell you that right now, because we're gonna address that. You know, my advice would be, Caesar, don't even purchase an air conditioning unit, just get the ductwork fixed. That's what I would tell you. So I created some options, the premium mid-range economy. The bottom option, let's just fix the ductwork here and skip the air conditioning system. Because it doesn't make sense to put an air conditioning system without that ductwork getting fixed. That make sense?
Yeah.
So at that point, that might not be a popular thing to tell you. I would understand if you want me to stop before I even show you all the solutions. I don't push our services on to people. So should I stop or should we continue?
Let's continue.
You know I'm not gonna be able to, I don't wanna hear anything about the price because ours is gonna be higher. You okay with that?
Yes.
We're done with that now, okay?
Yep.
Alright. Done with that. How's that feel being done with that? That's the moment the job was actually sold right there, right? If you gave me a choice between being good at explaining the problems or being good at explaining the solutions, I would tell you to give me the choice of being good at explaining the problems every time. Because if I can explain these problems like this and then make people be committed more, I just say, here's the options, what should we do? And I'm gonna sell the job. You know what I'm saying? Because you already nailed all the doors shut now at this point. I was worried about it, but now I'm not worried. The second I find something that people missed, that's why I'm gonna frickin' nail that shit. Like, what did they miss? It's easy to find what your competition missed. Why? Because you were missing it yourself. You know, you weren't even, you weren't picking up on it before. So in this class, you're not just gonna learn about how, tomorrow we're gonna learn about how to diagnose and some of the special things that are gonna be blue ocean, that you'll be the only ones in that area, wherever you live, that are gonna find problems that nobody else is finding. Or they may know about them, but they may not be able to communicate like we're gonna communicate. Make sense? That's the difference that we're gonna learn. Aren't you excited?
Yeah.
So the law of dissonance, it starts by, number one, getting voluntary commitment. Caesar, how important is the health and safety of your family? That should be easy to commit to that, shouldn't it?
Extremely.
I'm a sociopath, I hate my family. I was gonna divorce them and kill the kids. Damn you, why did you, other guy, okay. So, alright, alright, I'm gonna go to my car for a second. Create dissonance. Alright, so how important, well, what would happen if there was a situation where there was a tragedy that could happen, but we didn't avoid it, we didn't do anything about it? I wouldn't stand for that. What are you trying to tell me? Well, how come the duct system is 42% undersized? How come we have, right now, the current system has acid running down the chimney into the equipment right now? What did the other company say about that? They didn't say anything about it. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do when the water heater is not relined And we got this furnace we put in there, and it's not, now the chimney's too big for the home, and it's gonna condense even more, right? What happens there? Well, I gotta get somebody, I need a human prompter over here. We got here. So let's go back here. So here's the thing about the, oh, thank you, Chris, sorry about that.
All good.
Maybe it'll start working now, the magic of the.
The magic clicker.
So anyway, the opposite of harmony, so here's the full rules of law of dissonance. Number 1, create voluntary commitments. 2, create dissonance. And then number 3, offer solutions. The biggest thing I can tell you is that offer solutions as quickly as possible. Do not create dissonance until you have a solution that's ready to go. You know what I'm saying there? So what I don't want you to say is we have the ductwork is 42% undersized. What can we do about it, Caesar? I don't know, I have to work up some prices. Gotta work on some prices, really? Yeah, I gotta work on that. Okay, when can you have that for me? I'll get working right now. Okay, you work on that. And while you're out in the car working on it, guess what they're working on?
Googling.
They're Googling it. And they're finding, what does ductwork cost? And what size is that ductwork? 20 by 8? Okay, let me look that up. Oh, it's not bad, $19 a 5-foot section. That's not, shit, I can do a lot of that. Oh yeah, so, you know. Oh, what's a pipe, what's a sewer pipe cost? Oh, what size is it? I'm gonna do a 6-inch pipe. Let me look that up. Oh, it's $3.49 a foot. Fuck, I can do a lot of that shit, that's $60. I can do that, a lot of a 20-foot section, that'd be easy. I'll give them $90. You know what I'm saying? So, offer a solution. Here's the thing, when you create dissonance, be ready to get a solution like right now. Because if you create dissonance, you kind of felt when I was doing that, right? It's like, I gotta know what we're gonna do about this. Here's the difference. If you create dissonance and don't have solutions, you went from hero to asshole. Like, why would that guy do this? He's just an asshole. Why would he bring that up? He doesn't even know what to do about it. You see what I'm saying there? If you know what to do about it, then you bring it up and you have a point, a destination where we're gonna go. But if you don't create dissonance unless you have a solution. So you're gonna see the entire program is built on creating dissonance and then creating solutions. Creating dissonance and creating solutions. Like even my son, he's 11, he's gonna turn 11 on February 16th. Don't you think that a 10-year-old boy has days where he doesn't want to do his homework? All the time. Not much anymore because he got the lesson from me. He got 2 choices. I said, well, that's okay. You don't got to do your homework if you don't want. I don't? No. I mean, why don't you just not do your homework? And that would mean no video games and no TV. I can just take it right out of the room. It's no problem because I don't even like video games and TV anyway, so that makes it good for me. And then you could just sit here and read a book tonight instead. And that's good. That's fine, right? Can I watch TV with you guys? If you're not going to do the homework, you can only watch TV as long as you do the homework. So the other way of doing it is to do your homework, and I'll make you some milk and cookies while you're working on it. And I'll come in for to even help you get through it quicker. And then we can play video games together. What do you think? Your choice. No, I think I'll just do that one. Which one? Number 2. All right, good. So I'll get started. I'll get the cookies. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what it sounds like. Now the problem is I have to give him cookies every time, and he weighs like 180 pounds. He's a big boy. He never stops eating those cookies, but at least he gets the homework done. I can't have everything. You know? It's like some of it. So gain voluntary commitments, create dissonance, create a problem, and then create a solution. The biggest thing though, if you create a problem or you create dissonance, you have to have the solutions like ready to go immediately.
You're not doing this then until presentation.
Until you've got the prices ready to go, right? There are sometimes I do have mini problems and solutions, like if you tell me, yeah, right now, can you just take a look at it and email me the prices? Like you may say that to me early in the call, and or I'm really busy right now, could you take a look at it and send me the prices on the internet or something like that, or leave them on the kitchen table, something like that. I say, well, we got 2 ways of doing that. I said, well, if you don't have time to talk about it, so I'm gonna need to talk to you about these solutions. So if you want to just reschedule the whole call for a different time, we could just stop it right now and reschedule for another time. We could do that. Or if you want to just let me look at the situation while I'm here, and then I'll give you a call to either give you them on the phone. If you can't do it on the phone, we'll just come back another time to meet later then. So what should we do, just stop the call altogether, or go ahead and let me diagnose it and then talk to you in person later on, or on the phone? What should we do? So I'm doing one of those two things, you know, there's nothing else I'm offering you. It's either stop completely and come back and do the whole thing when you got time, or let me diagnose right now and then take the time to talk to me either in person or on the phone. Which way do you wanna do it? See, I'm giving you a solution. The first is the problem, stop the call and just put it on pause right now indefinitely, or continue the call and then let me talk to you in person or on the phone or in person later on. What should we do? None of those are emailing a fucking option sheet to you. You see what I'm saying there? I just leave that out because that's not one of my choices. If somebody said, can you email it though? Again, here's what we can do. I can either stop the call and meet with me at a time when you do it together, and you get time for me, or I can continue the call and diagnose the problem and then call you when I have a solution, or set up an appointment to come back. So what should we do? So you won't email it. We will meet in person or on the phone. That's how we can do it. Stick with your talking points. Don't get thrown off. Don't admit to not doing something because you're not, you know, it's not even a possibility doing that, so why would I talk about that? Everybody else is just emailing it to me. Yeah, well, see, that's what, no, we're not like everybody else, so what should we do? Okay, all right, well, if that's how we're gonna do it, that's pretty much what happens, like, right, all right, well, if that's how you work, that's how we work. All right, well, if that's how you work, that's how you work. It is. So, okay, then let's meet. I remember when I was with Toby, a guy at their New Flow place. The customer's like three things right in a row. Like, all right, well, we scoped the sewer lines. What's a good time? We're gonna work on the prices. If I worked on them right now, what would happen? Well, we can't do anything today. That's perfect, that's what I was hoping you would say. Oh, you were? Yeah. So I was gonna have us work on the prices and come back and meet with you and Donna. What's a good time to do that? Oh, you don't gotta meet with Donna. She doesn't have to be here for her. And Donna was the one most excited about the whole damn thing, right? And I'm like, well, John, we'd have to meet with Donna because we believe in equal access to the information. Donna, do you want access to the information? Yeah, of course I do. See, John? All right, then let's do that. Then let's meet with you guys. Okay, so we're not gonna email it. Now we're gonna meet together, right? So on that day, what do you anticipate happening when we meet again? I asked them. Well, we're not doing anything on that day. Oh, you're not? Okay, so what day will you do something? Because we're only gonna present the prices on the day that you're going to either give us a yes or a no or another date. So so if you come back, here's what I expect you to do. I expect you to pick out your favorite one, let's talk about it, let's modify it, and if you like it, what would happen then? We'd probably just go forward then. Probably? No, we just go forward, okay. And then, if you didn't like it, we just disqualify ourselves and you continue without us. What do you think of that? That's fair. That's okay. Well, that's what's gonna happen then. So, what are we gonna do right now? You're gonna work on the prices and come back and meet with me and Donna on Friday, and we're gonna give a yes or a no. You've been trained well, John. Good job. Good. All three things right in a row. And Toby's like, his jaw was dropped, like, holy shit, he just made that happen. And all I did is say, this is what we're doing. It's not like, it wasn't no fight about it. I just said, this is the way we are doing our job. And if you were gonna do it, I gave him several times, like, we're not gonna push this on you if you don't wanna do it that way. You just go without our solution, you know? Should we just stop or continue? No, I wanna get this done. All right, so what should we do? Friday it is, and that's it, went back on Friday. Make sense? That's what it looks like. So law of dissonance, you gotta create dissonance to go your way. So it's not always just for that presentation. It could be when I'm stopping or continuing about different parts of the process. Like, email the thing to me, I do better than email, we're gonna do this instead. Dissonance and solution. So dissonance is, if you want to email it, you have to call somebody else. Is that what you wanna do? Hell no, Ron, I like you. Okay, then if I was gonna be involved, we'd have to meet together. That's how we gotta do it. Really? That's the only way you do it? That's the way we do it. Why is that? What's the pure motives? Which pure motive is involved with why we gotta come back?
World-class customer service.
It's got world-class customer service, I believe in that. And if you're asking me not to do world-class customer service, you have to do it without me. So what should we do? I'm doing it with you. All right, there you go. See, that's when the job was sold right there. When you honored that process, that's when the job was sold, right? Chris, if you don't mind hitting that enter button there, I don't know what's going on. The 3 question types, just quickly go over these things, guys. So the 3 question types, that first one, Chris, did it again. Leading questions have no value. See on the right-hand side, is it the bottom of the sheet there? Where is that located? Okay, the bottom there. So leading questions, you ever hear people say are salesy? Go ahead and hit the thing again, Chris. Puts words into people's mouth and sounds salesy. Hit it again. Never use it. It separates you from the pack, right? Next one. So would you like me to go ahead and get the work done today? Would you like me to show you some air quality solutions today? So today you want to go ahead and get a new furnace put in?
Yeah.
Leading question. See, even if they say yes, they're only committing to your idea. So you never want to use leading questions. And if I hear a leading question come from your mouth during these 5 days of the seminar, you're going to hear me say, sorry, leading question. If I even hear you move in that direction, I'm going to say leading question before you even do it. I can hear it coming. Like a mile away, I can hear it. I'm so tuned into it. You know what I'm saying there? Like, I'm going to say something like, yeah, I want you to take a look at it and tell me what you think of the system. Okay, so you want to get the work done today? Leading question. You're making me commit to your words. So the customer has to voluntarily commit on their own for a real commitment. So let me tell you about the law of dissonance. Go back on that real quick. The law of dissonance is this. Now, if you have the leading questions, the second question, you can go ahead, Chris, one more time on that. Neutral questions. These are questions that are, it is working now. Oh, my thing's working. Yay, it's back. Listen for when people are going your direction, when people have already committed. So if people have committed, what? I want you to circle the word what. You see it there, guys? What would you like me to accomplish today? So what do you want to do? What would you like to accomplish? So the word what is involved with a neutral question. It's right here. It's in there. It's kind of embedded. Go back. It's right down here. Neutral questions. Guys, the what? Just find the question in there. What would you like to accomplish today? Right?
At the end of the sentence there?
Yeah. What's there?
What would happen then?
Yeah. What would happen then? The what? It's present somewhere in the question. It's going to be present somewhere in the question. Okay. So you could say something like, "So what do you want to do?" or "What would happen then?" So the word what. So the key, the hack, if you will, to make the card trick easier for yourself is remember the word what has to be present when people have committed. So go ahead and tell me that. Let's say you say, Joe, I say, what's going on today? And you say, I want to buy a new furnace today. I want to get one installed before the weekend. Tell me that, Ryan. Ready? So, Ryan, what's happening today?
I want to buy a new furnace.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
Get one installed before the weekend.
Okay, perfect. Let's go take a look at it. See, now I got 2 commitments. They were his idea. Did I tell him what to do? He just thought of it on his own. Some people do, right? So what's going on here? We need to get a new water heater put in. I'm sorry, what'd you say? What did you say? I need to get a water heater put in. Did you hear me? I'm listening. Yeah, I need one put in, okay? Can you do it or not? Well, let's go take a look and see. Like, don't commit to anything right now because you don't know if you can do it. You haven't seen it yet, right? So whenever somebody has fully committed on their own, the word what will be in the next question. Keep that in your brain. If I don't hear that word what, I'm actually starting with the word what, right? I assume it's neutral. I don't know what's going on. So what's going on today? What inspired you to call us here today? That's a neutral question. I don't know what the agenda is. You tell me the agenda. Don't you know what you're here for? Well, I am an air conditioning guy. I assume it's to have with air conditioning and heating, right? Yeah, it is. So what do you want to accomplish in your heating and air conditioning system? I want a new one put in as soon as possible. Oh, you do? Okay. So just to be clear, what do you want to do? So the word what is a hack that you want to write there, right? Now, the other way of doing it is the contrary question. Now, this is where people are uncommitted. They're actively uncommitting. Frame the question to reveal the truth. It's the most voluntary commitment of all, and you would use it when people are negative or absolutely not committed. Like, just so you know, we're not going to purchase an air conditioning unit at all, Caesar. We're just not doing anything today. Okay, so we're just looking at it. We're not going to do any work ever. Like, you just put the word ever on there too. Go ahead and tell me that, Caesar.
So we're not doing it. So we're just looking at it. We're not going to do any work today.
Well, I do have to go do the work, just not today. I mean, I want to get it done before the end of the week. Now I am what? Committed? Hear that commitment I just gave you?
So what are we doing?
Now you go to the what. So there's only 2 words to remember in this section. not and what. It's really easy to understand. If people are not committed, then you use the word not in the question. If people are committed, then you use the word what to get them to say it again, twice. What's the reason why I need to get 2 commitments? Let me explain that to you. There was a study that was done by a major university on the East Coast when it came to homeless people in New York City. I don't know if you know or not, but the average homeless person in 1996 made $6.71 a day just holding out a foam cup asking people for money. What they did is the students asked these people, for $50, can we follow you around? And they already did pay them $50 to follow the first 30 people to see how much they made. And they said, let's get 30 more people, different people even, and let them know what we found in the first group, that the average person made $6.71 a day. It's about $42 a week. We'd like to follow you around, but the key difference is you have to use the word because when you ask for the money. So let's just practice. Use the word because when you ask me for money. Like, Joe, can I get $5? These are because, use the word because, okay?
Hey Joe, can I get $5 because I'm trying to get some money for my family?
Oh, okay. Yeah, here's $2. That's all I got, is okay?
Of course.
Yeah. So, how much money do you think the average homeless person got in 30 days when they used the word because when they requested that money? Tripled it, went from $6.71 to $21. Be nice, right? You couldn't do triple though. That's way too much. Instead, it went from $6.71 to $71.10 a day. That's almost 12 times the amount. When I saw that study, I'm like, well, we're not even homeless yet. But before we become homeless, why don't we use the word because when we ask people for money? Does that make sense? So when you're doing this, it's got to be a voluntary commitment. So another study was done on the voluntary questions. I'll just kind of cover this real quick. On the political science. In 1996, before when they first had the election in 1996, I don't know if you know this or not, but American citizens, about 50% show up to vote and 50% stay home. You guys with me on that? Mm-hmm. In the poorest communities, 7% show up, and in the richest communities, 70% show up to vote. Does that make sense there? So the poorer you are, the less you're going to vote. So what they did is they called people in Akron, Ohio, and they asked them, would you, they called them up randomly, and they just said something like this. Hey Nathan, are you Nathan? I'm Joe with the Northeastern Ohio Political Action Committee. Is it a good idea for American citizens to vote? Is that an important right to American citizens?
Yeah.
Are you a good American citizen?
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing election day, November 7th?
I'm a vote.
Good, we'll see you there. They just did that. Called up 1,500 people and asked them what they would do on that day. After they asked the first 2 questions. Is it an important right? Of course it is. Are you a good American citizen? Damn right. What are you going to do election day? It's obvious, I'm going to vote. Good, we'll see you there. This is from only 7% of those people voted, right, normally? So they called 1,500 people. Statistically, 7% of the 1,500 would show up. Everybody said they would show up. Almost everybody said that. Like 98% of people said they would show up to vote. What percentage actually showed up to vote? 26%. So pretty good. A 300% increase, right, for one commitment. But in the year 2000 with Al Gore versus George Bush, remember that election? I think you're old enough to remember that one? Old people? Like me? Young people are like, I was just born the year after that. Nice to be you. Anyway, sucks to be me, I'll be dead by pretty soon. So anyway, that's okay, death is part of life, it's okay, I'll make something live. So, sprinkle me on the beach. So, a turtle, instead of having a straw in its nose, will have me. So, where am I at now? Anyway, oh yeah. So they went back to the same group and they said, hey, ask the same questions. Is it an important right for American citizens to vote? Are you a good American citizen? What are you going to be doing on election day? I'm going to vote. Now, we do have special transportation. Do you need that special transportation? No, I'm good, almost everybody said. Okay, good. So just to be clear, what are you going to do on election day?
Vote.
guess what percentage of those people showed up to vote? They got 2 commitments. Only 83%. Wow. So listen, when I saw that, I'm like, we have to get the 2 commitments, right? Not just 1 commitment, but getting the 2 commitments behind this. So the science is in. If you're gonna get 1 commitment, get another. It's real easy. Just use the word what to get another commitment from people when you ask the question. Does that make sense as to how this works now? That's what's under the hood on that. So if you get 1 commitment, it's real easy. Like, go ahead and ask me. So we'll go, Joe, what's going on? Ask me what's going on, Jake.
Joe, what's going on?
Well, right now, the water heater doesn't work. I want you to take a look at it and tell me what's going on. Is that a commitment? Tell me what's going on. 'Cause what would you like to see the commitment be, Jake? What would you like me to say instead of seeing what's going on? What would you like me to say we'd like to do instead?
Can you fix it?
Yeah, just want to hear I want to fix it or get a replacement, right? So now let's try it again, one more time. So Joe, what's going on today? Ask me that.
So Joe, what's going on today?
Right now the water heater isn't working. I want to take a look at it, see what's wrong with it. See what's wrong with it. So now you can use the word not or what. Have I committed or not committed?
Not committed.
So use a question with the word not in it then.
So we're not gonna fix it.
Oh, so we're not gonna fix it?
No, I gotta get it fixed. I took off work and everything. See, now I have committed. So now you go to what? Which question, Vince?
What do you wanna do?
I wanna get it fixed, Vince. Can you fix it? See how much more committed that second commitment is? So the first one's like kind of mild commitment. Like real quick, let's try it again. Start again, Jake.
Oh, what's the first question?
What do you want to do today,
What do you
Joe?
want to do today, Joe?
Take a look at the water here and see what's wrong with it.
Sorry, I'm lost.
Not gonna fix it?
We're not gonna fix it?
No, I gotta get it fixed, Vince. I took off work and everything.
What?
What do you wanna do?
What do you wanna do?
I wanna get it fixed. I mean, I took off work. See, I even get more volume in my voice. I get like, can't you fix it? See, now the customer's worried about getting it fixed. Because before you got here, guess what they were worried about?
Price.
How much is it gonna cost? Am I worried about how much it's gonna fix right now? Hell no. I just care about getting it fixed. Like, holy shit, I thought I was gonna negotiate, but I gotta get this shit done, you know? And so that's what they thought. They thought they were gonna negotiate, instead we just gotta scramble to get it done. You know, it's like us. Let's go to Disneyland and try and find the cheap way to do things over there. Good for you. Let me know when you find it. No, even better, go to Legoland. That's a really good one. Get off every ride and they got a freaking shop that freaking sells Legos. What a bunch of fucking bastards. That's the worst place of all I've ever seen in my life. Legoland. You ever go to that place? Don't ever go there. Unless you want to buy like $800 in Legos. Literally every ride you have to walk through the gift shop. It'd be bad enough if they do have one gigantic gift shop, and before you leave to the gift shop, of course, at the very end of the whole damn thing. But every ride literally has its own little gift shop based on the theme of that ride. You know, Ninjago, Legos, what? Yeah, everything. It's crazy. Next, you got a big bag of Legos you're walking around with. And who's carrying it? The dad. I care about my family. I mean it. So anyway, leading questions are never to be used. Contrary questions you can use when people are negative or non-committal at all. Or neutral question, you don't know what they're committed. Either they're confused or you don't know. Make sense? Like you first get to the door, you don't know what people are committed to. So since you don't know, then say what do you want to accomplish today? So what do you want to get done today? Start on this side of the room. Go ahead, Justin. Start it out. So ding dong. My name's Joe.
It's almost over.
No, we've got plenty of time. We're gonna stay all night in our underwear until you get this down. Here we go. So you only had 3 seminars to get it down.
That's right.
And a live visit from me too. I might point out. But here we go. Let's give it a try. I think this time we should get it, don't you?
There we go.
Let's go try it. Here we go. So ding dong. That's the door creaking.
Hi, Joe. How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Great. So what'd you call us for today?
Well, today, Matt, we have no hot water. So take a look at it and tell me what's going on.
Oh, wow. So you just want us to take a look at it?
Don't forget the second part of that question, which is that the word what in it?
Not.
Not.
Okay.
Right. So you did have the question, not the rest of it.
Okay, so you want us to just take a look and not fix it?
No, we gotta get it fixed. We took off work and everything, Oscar.
So what would you like to do?
we gotta get this thing fixed. I mean, can you please fix it or not? Let's go take a look, Joe. Like, don't commit on your own right now, because you cannot commit to anything, right? The customer has to commit, not you. That's what I'm talking about. So that's a contrary question. So a law of dissonance through create action, offer the solution, offer it soon. It's the opposite of harmony, and that's that. Let's go to law of obligation real quick. When you're give without expectations, people are indebted to return the favor, right? Would you guys agree on that? When somebody does something nice for you, that opens the door at a restaurant, you feel like you have to open the door, like there's two, I think we get the two doors, the one door on the outside, the one door on the inside. So they open the door for you, and of course you open the next door, you open it for them and let them come through, and everybody's happy, right?
You do that at Starbucks too.
What?
At Starbucks, one person pays for it and then the next person.
Oh my
pays.
God, you
ever
feel like
seen
you
that?
have to do that, yeah.
I thought they were just being a nice guy at first.
They're just doing that because they're nice. They are.
Yeah.
They're
Let's
nice.
keep it going.
They're nice. Go ahead.
I was I've done that paid for.
Thanks for nothing. What'd you say?
I've done that.
Yeah, I mean, if, let's, I'm not saying we would do this, but let's say we have some beers or whatever, right? Say we all go for a beer or two. Well, so I buy the first round, and there's like 4 of us, that means how many runs are we probably gonna have?
Probably.
Unless one of you are a weasel that doesn't get out of it, right? So, it's like,
Somebody checks out early.
I've actually had people say, I gotta leave, but here's my credit card, just, let me buy a round for these guys before I go. I've actually had people do that because they feel indebted, because they feel like I don't wanna be the weasel who just left without having my, I drink everybody else's beer and I'm leaving right now. That wouldn't be right. You see what I'm saying there? Hey, you pay this time, I'll pay next time type of thing, you know? So you try, don't you feel that way even with family sometimes? I'll get this one. No, I got this one, Dad. You know, you paid last time, type of thing. Makes sense? It's just normal. We've all been there before. So that's a law of obligation. So a sense of feeling like you have to return the favor. And there's been many science studies done on the law of, but the law of obligation has to be where the person doesn't expect anything in return. So it only works, ironically, when we're not expecting it to be returned to us. We just do it because, like, a magic moment creates a debt in a way, right? I'm being nice to you, and therefore I expect you to be nice to me, but I don't have to make that expectation. I'm just gonna be nice to you anyway, whether you like it or not. You know what I'm saying there? I'm just gonna do it. I don't care if you like it. Like I said before, I'm gonna give you my friendship. I don't care if you return it or not. I've gotta have that mentality, because if I start expecting your friendship in return, then I'm in a way imposing the friendship on you. I'm bringing you to a jail or trapping you in a way. Make sense? There's no need to trap anybody. People will give you their friendship if you give them your friendship. No need to expect it. Make sense? And when you don't expect it, people will give it to you more, I found. So concession, you get to give, to get. Secrets are a way to get obligation. Let's go through it real quick. It should be on a page. There's tangible and intangible things you could give people, right? What are some of the tangible things you could give? Well, for instance, you could wear your booties, write that down. So things you can see. Tangible means things you can see, touch, and feel. So you can wear your booties. You could put in a red carpet. You could, do that sewer camera for free. You could, bring in a newspaper. You could take out the garbage. You could pet the dog. These are things you can see, touch, and feel, And they have a little bit of obligation. Not always major, but it's kind of minor. On the other hand, looking at the intangible things is a great obligation. Number one, you could validate people and notice something special. So noticing something special that even the customer doesn't see, right? So noticing somebody's effort, write that down. John, it makes me, Joe, one thing I can tell is your family's lucky to have you, because you coach the kids' little league team, right? You can also tell them, showing sincere admiration, so write that down, sincere admiration. It really makes me feel good, because when I see people like you, and by the way, number 3 could be showing how you feel about things, how it makes you feel, how the impact of the customer has on you, right? Number 4 could be sharing gratitude for the opportunity, like gratitude for the opportunity, and thank you for sharing, not taking it for granted for people, right? Validating their choice of you as a service provider, making it, not taking that for granted, letting people know how nice that is. All right, those are the things that are there. So what do you think is more impactful? The intangible or tangible?
Intangible.
The intangible is far more powerful than the things you can see, touch, and feel, right? I mean, not that you shouldn't do the tangible things, but the intangible things with the intangible things make it kind of what we're talking about there, right? And there's more than that on the intangible. But there's one thing at the bottom. See where it says when people don't want to give you something? So trying to get people to answer a question they don't want to answer. Like I try to ask people a question like, so what does your wife say? I don't want to get into that. Well, Joe, here's the words. Off the record. Write that down. Off the record. So Joe, off the record, somehow people think you're keeping a record of this. Man, I was just here. I got a shitload of stuff in my life. I don't got time for records. But nonetheless, I got a software and everything else I'm running. I don't got time for this, but nonetheless, people, you say off the record and then give people a reason why you need the information, right? Off the record, just so I can understand why you really need a hot water system. It would really help me greatly if I knew what your wife said about this, just so I know why she thinks she needs it so much. All right, I'll tell you what she said, and then they tell you everything, right? So Joe, you said you had another plumber out here before. Acme? Yeah, Acme. I had Acme out here. Was there a reason why we're not just using those guys? Have you considered just using Acme for the plumbing and redoing and having them dig up the whole front yard and doing it that way? Well, I don't want to dig up the front yard and do it that way. Okay. So what did they do that made you feel like you shouldn't use that company? I don't want to get into it. You don't want to get into it? I mean, who normally does your maintenance here? I use Acme. Yeah, I mean, how come you don't just purchase from Acme? Oh, boy. I don't want to get into it. What do you say to people?
Off the record.
Off the record, just between us.
Just between us.
Just so I don't make the same mistake they did. Off the record, just so I don't make the same mistake they did to lose your business. What did I do wrong? Or what did they do so I can not learn from that, right? Off the record, yeah, just so I don't make the same mistake. I'll tell you what they did. Off the record, the guy frickin' put his muddy boots on my carpet. Oh my goodness, what happened when he called the manager? He didn't do anything. Really? I mean, how about the owner? He wouldn't take my calls even. Maybe it's just the one guy. You sure I want to give him a second chance? I'm done with these guys. I'm sorry, what'd you say? I'm done with these guys. What did you say? Like, you use hearing loss with the what? I'm sorry, what'd you say? Like, I'm done with these guys. Louder so they can hear you. All right. You sure? Because I don't want to step on their toes. No, we're done with these guys 100%. Okay, so that'd be nice to nail that down, right? I might say something like, so, hey, when you called our company, what was it like when you called our company? We promised world-class service. What was it like when we answered the phone? How'd that go? Well, it was really good. We talked to Carol. She answered the phone and booked the call. Hey, I'm always learning about service. What can we learn about the other people who came out here or are going to come out? Did they answer the phone and book the call on the first visit? First time you called? No, actually, they didn't. What'd they do? Well, the one guy had a voicemail and they left the voicemail. Did you get the call back yet? No, I'm still waiting a couple of days now. Okay. And how about the other guy? Well, they gave the lead to the sales guy and then he's going to call me back a couple of days. Oh, wow. Really? So he didn't book the call? No, he didn't book the call. Well, that could be a problem for us then. What's the problem? Well, if you're trying to compare me against a guy who has a voicemail and not a real live person answering the phone, and a guy who doesn't even have a customer service person, they just give it to the sales guy, and they don't return the call for 2 days, we can't compete with that kind of price. Their price is going to be lower than ours. Why? Well, because we believe in world-class service, which means we respond instantly when we book the call, and the other guy doesn't even bother to call you back in 2 days. What's going to happen when you have a service call? Oh yeah, shit. Yeah, see, I can tell you one truth, is that their price is going to be lower on the front end, because it'll be, they don't have many people. Like, we could fire our person in the office. You think we should fire her? Or should we keep her? No, don't fire April, she's sweet. That's what I think. But see, we can't compete on the price though, they would be cheaper than us. You know what I'm saying? So should we stop or continue knowing that? No, I'm not using a company that doesn't answer the phone. Okay, you sure? Because I don't want to step on their toes. No, I'm not using those guys. All right. So how many estimates you want to get? Well, I mean, I was going to get 3, but shit, I don't know what to do. Well, do you believe in freedom? What's that? Freedom? Yeah, I mean, so instead of keep shopping around, what if I said I had the whole marketplace right here in Phoenix? And I could show you all the premium mid-range economy solutions. You could just pick one that you like instead of shopping with other guys. Like, we already shopped the whole marketplace. What would happen then? Hell yeah. All right, so what should we do? Let's just do it that way. So now we just eliminate the competition. So that would be the off the record to get people to tell you something they don't want to tell you. Make sense? But also put down off the record and use a word because, the word because. So we gotta find out, so I don't make the same mistake, okay? Off the record, what happened because I don't wanna make the same mistake, right? That's a law of obligation. Okay, moving forward here, we're getting close to the end. Law of scarcity, isn't this a fun one? Well, you guys understand the scarcity law, you guys heard me doing it. You guys hear the element of scarcity in my approach? When I say, so we're not gonna do any work today, we're just looking at it, so I'm taking it away in a little bit there. I'm not saying to leave, I'm just saying, so we're not gonna do any work then today, right? No, we're gonna get it fixed. See, by taking it away, it makes people pull you closer to it. Like you're saying, right now we're just getting estimates on a new furnace and AC. Okay, so we're just getting estimates, we're not ever gonna purchase one then, just the estimates on, for now? Well, no, we're gonna purchase one, just not today. Okay, just to be clear, what's gonna happen at some point? We're gonna purchase an air conditioning and heating system, okay? Okay, good, that's not a problem, just wanna make sure what we're doing. You said we can't do it today though. No, we can't. Is there a reason why we can't do it today? Well, my wife's not here. That's a good reason. Okay, so what do you expect to do today? Today I just want to take a look at it and give you some prices. Okay, I'll take that into consideration. Because I know I'm going to take a look at it, that's for sure. But am I going to give prices right now? Because I have to have what? Husband and wife together. Because otherwise it doesn't make any sense. Especially if it's a free estimate. It makes no sense to give the prices to one person, then chase the other person down. That's not going to happen. I'm just not going to talk about that right now, it's too soon. I'm going to give myself a chance to magic moment, and then come back and say, hey, remember when I first got here, we didn't even know each other? Yeah, what do you think now? You still feel that way? No, I feel like you're a friend now. I mean, have you petted my dog and our kids both go to soccer and stuff like that together? Yeah, that's sweet. Yeah. So, I mean, you still need to get the other estimates now? Remember we talked about the other companies and stuff like that? Is that something you still need to do? No, I don't need that. But I was not sure though, because my daddy always said to get 3 estimates. Well, then you could do the freedom technique. What if I said I had 6 estimates instead of 3? And you could pick the one you like. And if you liked it, we could just get the job done. If you didn't like it, you could keep shopping and I'll just withdraw myself from the competition. What would happen then? Yeah, I like that. All right, so what should we do? So anyway, law of scarcity, why does it work? Well, what's the question number 1, Carlos, on that worksheet on the right-hand side?
Are things more valuable when they are scarce or plentiful?
What do you think, Carlos? You answered that question.
Yes, definitely.
When what?
When they're scarce or plentiful.
Scarce. Which one, scarce or plentiful?
Scarce.
Yeah, if you have less of something, it makes it more valuable, right? John, what's the next question?
What is more powerful, possibility of gain or aversion to loss?
What do you think?
Aversion to loss.
Yeah, losing something is way more powerful than getting more for people. Although people think we should give people the benefits, that's true, but it has to be an illusion or aversion of losing something too. The third question on that worksheet is what, Oscar?
What is the one thing you can always control whether you will supply it to your customer or not?
What is that one thing? Chris, we have to go ahead and need to do the controller again. What's the one thing we can do? We can control whether or not we continue our services. Oh, start to work again? Oh, you just did it.
I did.
All right, keep going. Yeah, so you control the threat of loss is the most powerful. You control the interest and desire by pulling it away from people. You want to get more interest and desire from people? Take it away from them and they'll get more interest and desire in it. Make sense? So somebody's like, yeah, I don't even know if we should get the lining solution or not. I don't even know if it's something that's for us. I heard it's expensive. They say that. You ever had that too? People say that before, Ralph and Justin?
Well,
Say, well, I can give you full disclosure on that. What is it? Well, to give you full disclosure, it is a higher investment to use our services. But we literally create a water slide inside your pipes. It's impermeable, it's permanent. And it's not for everybody. There's 2 ways of doing it. One way is where you do a temporary lining system, which just sprays a coating on the pipe, or you dig it up and replace the pipe, and it's temporary again. It's just plastic pipe. Or we can line it with an epoxy liner, which is permanent, and the inside of the pipe is stronger than the outside of the pipe. So it's a higher investment, but it lasts longer. So what should we do? Should we stop the call knowing that it's gonna be a higher investment, or should we continue that knowing it'll be better? What should we do? And if you give that choice, well, have you given that choice, guys?
Mhm.
And what happens every single time?
Cool, they wanna keep talking.
There's never a time when they don't, right? That's the beautiful part. If there's like one thing that's the most predictable, is if I take something away from you, you're gonna grab onto it and want it more. You see what I'm saying there? It's the most predictable play that we run. The biggest play in the play, and it's really the only play to work when there's only, of course, different words. But if you're telling me you're not sure if you want a tankless, go ahead and tell me you're not sure if you want a tankless.
You know what, I'm not really sure, Joe, about this tankless thing.
Well, you know, we don't have to do a tankless. They've thought about just leaving the old water heater in. There's two kinds of people. There's some people who wait until the old water heater just blows out the bottom. It floods the basement when they're not home. And then the finished basement you have gets stuff all over the floor. And then we pay premium price on overtime to do that tankless. And you wind up paying twice the amount of money because of that. The other people are proactive and they get it done before the water heater goes bad. Which group do you find yourself in?
I'd rather get it done, than I don't wanna wait till I got that mess to deal with.
So if I did provide some solutions today, what would happen?
It would probably get it.
See, it's like, what did I do there? But it's gotta be voluntary, right? In a way, that's a perfect way of doing it, right? Kind of dissonance, take it away from you. There's two kinds of people. People who wait for it to blow out and don't worry, flood your basement and things like that. Other people just get it done ahead of time and they do it the economical way. I do it with sewer renovation too. Yeah, there's two kinds of people. What's that? There's some people who actually put a circular saw in their pipe and literally tear apart the pipe as they do that. And at some point, they can't get the thing out of there anymore, and the ground collapses on top of the sewer machine. And then you gotta pay to extract my machine, and you gotta pay to put a new pipe in. You gotta pay twice. The other people, what they do is just replace the pipe instead of cleaning it. This way, you don't gotta pay for the cleaning, you don't gotta pay for the collapse. It just all gets done trouble-free. What do you think? Damn. How come the other guys didn't tell me that? They didn't know or didn't care. They're afraid to tell you. I mean, they probably thought drain cleaning was normal. It's not normal? Do you believe there's people who actually live a life without drain cleaning? No way. Yeah. Like 90% of the population never has a professional drain cleaner put a circular saw in their pipes. That's fucking nuts, really? Yeah, there's people who live without that in their life. You eliminate that problem. We make like a water slide in their pipes. Holy shit, I don't wanna do that. Can I go in the slide? Only if you shrink yourself down to 4 inches. So stop or continue, what do you guys think of that? So here's you control this choice, you control the choice. So what do you control? You control the choice of stopping or continuing. Write that down for yourself. That's a choice that you control. That's something that the customer doesn't do that. Go ahead, Chris. Restricts the freedom. If you do take that choice, you restrict the freedom for people, makes them go crazy. Next, Chris. Here we go. Convince me step. Okay, now we're to the end of the day today. Finally, isn't it about time we got you guys into an interactive session? This is now the actual system itself. So you can see on the page here, we have the whole next page is the entire total immersion. So go back one page, you'll see the benchmark sheet. If you guys don't mind, you got these little flags for yourself. Take a flag such as this and put it on the total immersion benchmark sheet right here. You're gonna need that. You can use this one if you want. So you need to flag that page because that's going to be we actually put it throughout the book a few times, but this is really the updated version of that total immersion benchmark. So this is really, if you ever wanted to see what the whole system looks like on one piece of paper.
So this is sequence?
It's not necessarily a sequence. That's a good point. It's a good question. If you look at these 4 sections, like turn the page on the next page, you see these 4 sections we have. We've got the convince me step, and then you've got the code, and then the next page you've got danger line 1 and 2, right? So these 4 sections are definitely certain to happen. They're gonna happen on every call, but they're not necessarily in the same sequence.
Okay.
You know, because the customer determines the sequence. I can tell you, so write this down in these different sections. Go back on the next page. What's this page with the convince me step on it? Go back in the convince me step there. What page is that there?
52.
So page 52, so here. So convince me step, write this down at the very bottom of that page, is made so when people So when people, the subject, when we first get to the door, whenever the customer starts talking, they start talking about the technical problem. So if they start talking about the pipes or the problem or the clog or whatever, or they start talking about the liner, so I'm interested in your lining solution. I want to look into your liner. I guess the first thing they're talking about. I'm interested in getting a new furnace and air conditioning unit. I've been reading on furnace and air conditioning units. So if the equipment or the trade is the subject, then it's convince me stuff. Then you gotta say, let's get a commitment on what we're gonna do with that thing then, right? So any technical question, if the subject is technical or about the trade, yeah, so I'm just calling to get some estimates on new furnace and AC. So they bring up the furnace and AC, right? Then it's about the convince me step. The second thing, if they bring up the family, the code, connecting to find the code, if they bring up the family first, or anytime they bring up the family, it's time to go there. So if I get to the door, let's try it out, and I'll be, you just do me a favor, you just do, so Joe, what's going on here today? Read the convince me stuff, like, Joe, what inspired you to call us out here today, right? Read that convince me stuff, go ahead.
Joe, what inspired you to call us out here today?
It's my wife. She is bringing our baby Jackie home from the hospital, and she's coming home. And right now we're looking to get a new furnace and AC. But the main thing I gotta tell you is about my family. That my newborn baby is coming home. And my wife's coming home. Like the main thing they bring up here is not the equipment. I'm really concerned about my mom who's got cancer right now. I'm really concerned about my wife, and that's why we get this furnace. Like they bring up the trigger first, and then secondarily we get a furnace and AC to make her comfortable. You see what I'm saying there? Is that possible that could happen, Brian?
Yeah.
So if they bring up the people, please have enough listening on your ears to go toward the people then, right? Don't go to the convince me step, go to the people. They could also do page 3, the danger line, like knock on the door, Justin, ask me what we're doing here today. Ding dong.
So what's going on today?
Well, I just hope, let me just start and let you know, I hope you're better than the last guy who was here, because he sucked.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like let's say that's the first thing I say, right? That's where the danger line exists. If somebody brings up the competitor, man, I hope you're better than the last jackass. What a numbskull that guy was. What happened, Joe? Tell me what happened. I don't want to get into it. See, they bring it up and then they say they don't want to get into it. Why would they bring it up if they don't want to get into it? They want to get into it. They just don't want to force it on you. Off the record, just so I make the same mistake. What happened? I'll tell you. Good, I'm glad you asked that. Here's what happened. They tell you everything, right? So that's the danger line part 1. They could also do something. Go ahead and ask me what we're doing here today, Justin.
So what are you doing, baby, Joe?
Well, first let me just tell you how I met your company. I know Eric, who runs the company. Our kids go to school with his kids. Isn't it great?
That's awesome.
Here in Gilbert,
Yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah.
I mean, we first met the Gilbert, and him and his wife came over and bought a basket of cookies to us, and we couldn't stop. They're such nice people. I really liked the Eric and his family, and when we heard we had the sewer problem, then we knew we had to call New Flow, get this thing done. So what's the point there? That's where the danger line part 2. So anytime somebody brings up how they heard about your company or some other person who used the company before, that's where it's time to go to the danger line part 2, right? They're telling you about somebody else who's used your company. Let's play that card out, see what happened there, right? Oh, really? What did you guys about? Yeah, well, it was Eric and Joy, was it? Who was it? His wife?
Eric and, actually, I had to ask him.
I mean, I know I could forget, but not you. Ralph,
I haven't met her.
What's it, you know his wife's name?
Nope.
I mean, I'm embarrassed for myself, but.
I'm
these
never
guys
at the
actually-
office, Joe, so.
Oh, you're not at the office, sorry. Anyway, I just say, no, it's Joy Griffin. It's Jeremy and Joy, right? I'm still over here. That's why I keep saying Joy, and it's like, not Joy. I'll think of her
Sandy.
name.
It's Sandy.
It's Sandy.
Jeez.
Sandy.
It took me a minute.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's
Come on, I don't even know these people.
13 years.
You go to church and everything, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Sandy.
He's focused.
Anyway, so anyway, you got
Ask me
the
what my kids are.
awkward. That was awkward. So anyway, that's okay. They'll forgive you as long as you come back and sell something. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, So, yeah, we could talk about that. So if somebody told you they know the family, they heard, like my neighbor told me all about you guys, let's talk about that instead, right? So the subject is fluid, but each one of those have to play out 100%. Each one of them have something that benefits the customer and you when you go through it. Like what's the benefit of knowing about the relationship between Eric and the customer? Well, I could ask, it makes me learn things about the people who in the family. So obviously it's gonna lead me toward the connecting thing if I can hear how he knows about Eric and what does he think about the company, right? And all that kind of a thing there. I could ask that part, make sense? So these are all things that are valid, but they don't have to go in the same sequence.
This would be more like a flow chart. You got the introduction, and then it can fall into one of these
You
categories.
got it, that's exactly right. So you got the what's going on here today, that's at the top, and could walk into any one of these rooms. The convince me step, the danger line, part 1 or part 2. Now you might even have situations where you think the danger line didn't really work. Like you might have a situation where somebody says, so have you ever used another service provider before? And they say, no, we've only used Sky Heating and Air Conditioning. We've never used anybody else. We just bought a house last 2 years ago, and you're the only company we've ever used. And you could say, well, that's really nice. So first of all, thank you for being so loyal, and thanks for saying that. So you've never been tempted to use anybody else? No, we've never been tempted. We like your company. That's nice. See, we just played it out. We did a little probe to see if they ever used anybody else or even thought about it. So you never thought even to use anybody else? No, we've only used your company. We've never used anybody else. That's so nice of you to say that. First of all, thank you for being so loyal, and thank you for sharing that with me. It's so nice of you to do that. So is there a reason why you like the company so much that you've never been tempted? What's the reason why you're so loyal to the company? A lot of people aren't that loyal. Is there a reason why you have so much loyalty? Well, we had Jim, who was your service guy, and he came out and saved the day, and he got the thing working, and it was really good. We really like it. And I know Travis's father too, and he's really a nice guy. What do you guys talk about? So how long have you known him? Play that out. Play it out. You know what I'm saying? Because when you play it out, what did you learn about Travis's father? Well, he is a staunch quality guy. He doesn't do anything unless it's done right. What do you think about Travis himself? Yeah, he's the same way. The acorn doesn't fall far from the tree. Do you mind if I did something? What's that? Can I go back and tell, Travis's dad and also Travis that you said these kind words? It's so nice that you would say that about us. I mean, you never thought about using somebody else? No, I would never do that. Let me just shake your hand. People like you are the core of our existence. It's so nice to have you here. Now later on, if you get a price objection, like, oh my, this is expensive. Yeah, well, remember what Travis's dad said? Yeah, I know, you guys do everything right. So what should we do? I mean, I just don't know if I can do this job. Well, I guess I could go back and tell Travis that you weren't interested. What do you think? Oh, fuck, don't tell him that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying there? It's like, oh, damn, Or I guess I could tell Eric that you thought his company wasn't worth it. Should I tell him that? No, don't say that. So what should we do? Let's do that second one. Hey, sure, we've got the cheaper ones. No, don't do cheap. Let's go to the good one. That one, they're so nice. I don't want to do that. It's like that. You know what I'm saying there? So if you got that relationship, I'm not saying you got to leverage it, but don't lose it. You got it sitting there. You think you'd have the home court advantage here? So let's make sure we get that. We should sell that one, right? We should win that game. We shouldn't be losing that one. You know what the killer is? When you got that situation, you let it go, because you didn't get those commitments you needed to get, right? So all these different sections, the ones we're going to work on tonight, we have 2 assignments. So what's the first assignment everybody's going to do? What? Don't say that. What are you going to do now, Vince?
Interview my waitress.
You get the magic moment with the waitress, right? You don't have to hit on her or anything like that. Nobody's saying to sleep with the woman or anything like that.
Could work out.
It never works out though. I can't tell you what not to do. You're an adult, right? So, but that's not the point of it. So don't be a misogynist. Just be a normal person. So I just want to confirm we're looking at this today. We're not doing any work. That's when people are not committed. So let's go ahead and try it out. If you don't mind, Chris, hit all the slides on this one here. Number 3, I'll go back one slide, there you go. Back in the convince me step. Let's go ahead and start it out. Just go ahead and do it if you don't mind. Let's start in the middle this time. Oscar, you do the first one. Ding dong. Number 1.
what inspired you to call us today?
Well, right now, Charlie, the heating's not working. It's cold in this house. I don't know what to do right now.
So I'm just confirming that, we're just looking at it today, we're not gonna do any work?
No, I gotta get this thing fixed today. I took off all day, Vince. I gotta get the drains fixed. Number 3?
Just so I'm clear, what exactly are we hoping to accomplish today?
What exactly were you hoping to accomplish today?
Right.
On today's call. I wanna get it fixed. So how many commitments? 2 commitments. Makes sense? Let's try it again real quick, see if we got this. No need to look at anything. Let's just get started. Give me over here. What's the very first question? What's the reason for our call? Just don't assume you know the reason for the call, right? Matter of fact, let's go back one page, put it on one sheet of paper for us. Let's go back to the benchmark sheet right here. You see that? Let's go to the very top. Remember I said don't make any assumptions about anything, these guys? Go back, one more page, Charlie. Right there, this page. Right there. So right at the very top, you can see I'm not making any assumptions at all. I get to the door. What's the very first question I asked there, Ryan? The very top of that page right there?
Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today?
Yeah, right? I mean, because you don't know who you're talking to. I mean, you start using somebody's name, you don't know who they are. What if I said Pastor Kruger? Oh, shit, I was gonna say Harold for a second there. You know, it's like, Harold? It's like, why'd you call me that? I'm Pastor Kruger. John? I'm Dr. John Robinson. Why would you call me Dr. Robinson? Thank you. You know, so if you feel funny about launching now I am fine with the first name. I'm fine with making a mistake. My whole life has been based on making mistakes and fixing them. So that's why I'm fine with that. But if you're not fine with that, if you feel uncomfortable just launching into the first name basis, Stanford University did a study that shows that 98% of the time people prefer the first name, just so you know. So you'd be right almost every time. But if you feel uncomfortable still, then you go right to here, right? Just say, so hello, who do I have the pleasure? So hello, who does the pleasure of speaking with, right? Hey, I'm Joe, right? And then you could then introduce yourself, Ron, the second line there. What read that?
Hi, Joe. I'm Ron with John Becky in South Palm.
Yeah, and then continue, because it does have a continuation there.
Thank you for giving me a chance today at your house today.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for giving us the opportunity to come out to your home today or whatever type of thing. Thanks for calling me out here today, right? So give a thank you too in that beginning. Let's try it again. Carlos, ding dong. Yeah.
Hi, who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
My name is Joe.
Hi, Joe. I'm Carlos from Aladdin Heating and Air.
Hi.
And I just wanted to give thank you for letting me come into your home.
Well, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Yeah. So Joe, what's the next question here, if you don't mind, Ryan?
What inspired you to call us today?
That's the money question, the first one. Well, right now, I want you to take a look at the sewer system, because right now we have this system that's kind of screwed up right now. Rob, just take a look at it and see what you think. So take a look at it to see what you think. Is that a commitment? We're just doing thinking today. We're not doing any work, right? So therefore, what did you say there?
So what you would like to do is just have it looked at today and not do any work?
Yeah, even if it's not doing any work, in his case, because he probably wouldn't do the work on a relining job, we could say, so Joe, we're just gonna look at it, we're not gonna make any kind of decisions today, we're not gonna bring it to a conclusion. So today, you're not gonna make any choices today, you're just gonna just take a look at it. So we're not gonna look at it, we're not gonna bring it to a conclusion then at all. So you don't wanna get the work done at all, we just wanna look at it today, something like that. So in your own words, you gotta reshape that, like on furnace estimates or whatnot. So Joe, just to make sure we're on the same page, you're just kind of taking a look at it right now, or getting estimates. You're not ever going to purchase. You're not really making any kind of purchase then at all. No, we gotta get a new one. Of course I gotta get a new one. So try it again, yeah, so you got the right thing. So no, Ralph, I gotta get this thing done. Right now our sewer system is a mess and it's barely hanging on by a thread, so we gotta get this thing done. I mean, the furnace barely even works at all, Charlie, so we gotta get it fixed. So what's the second one there? The what? The second response, if I did commit?
Inspired you, or what's
After
the
that, keep going down.
Just to be sure.
So,
Just to be sure.
okay, the third thing, okay, just to be sure, what do you want to accomplish on today's call?
I gotta get this thing done. I gotta get this thing replaced. Can you get me a new furnace put in this week?
We'll have to take a look.
Let's go take a look at it, right? There you go. Give a round of applause for Charlie. Nice job there. Yeah. So a little bit hard. We're kind of just walking through these right now, right? Don't be surprised that you don't know it yet. That's fine. By tomorrow morning, though, at 9 a.m., all 4 sections, convince me step, danger line, part 1, part 2, and connecting to find the code, have to be committed to memory. So I gotta get that memorized by tomorrow. So here's what I need you to do. So I'm gonna have you turn into learning buddies. We start the class at 9 a.m. sharp, right? But the doors will be open here at 7 a.m. sharp. And you can come in early. We have 7:30. We have a little breakfast here if you want it. Those sandwiches and the fruit we have and the coffee. So if you want to come here at 7:30 or 8 o'clock to work with your learning buddy, you're like, I don't even know if I had a learning buddy. Well, you are right now. Ready? Here we go. Matt and Nathan, learning buddies. I got you. Don't worry. I got everybody's name. Nathan, give me. I'm old, so give me a few seconds, okay? So Nathan and Matt, your learning buddies. What do you think of that?
We were here early anyway.
Bam, 2 guys early. Justin and Charlie, learning buddies, right? Ralph and Cesar, learning buddies. Oscar and John, learning buddies. We got Justin and Ryan, our learning buddies. Look at the 2 plumbers, Ron and, it's funny how it all works out the different trades, huh? Ron and Vince, our learning buddies. And Jake and Carlos. I almost got everybody. Jake and Carlos are learning buddies. You guys with me on that? So you get here early. You guys arrange with each other what time you're going to be here. Make an agreement on that and get here. What I need you to do is I need you to work on these sections so you got it down pat. Make sense? So let's real quick just walk through all of these things. So on the danger, now we're going to be on the connecting to find the code, right? Let's go hit me on the next one. Then we're going to bring it to an end right now. So hit me on the next one. John, what's the next thing there on the connecting to find the code? You can go back. You can go back to the very first sheet there, that benchmark sheet.
Who found the problem?
Oh, it was my wife, Julie. She found it was cold this morning. It was only 62 degrees in the house here, John. That's what she found, this problem, Cesar.
What did they say? What did she say?
Oh, she said that you gotta stay home and you gotta take care of this. You can't go to work today. You gotta get it all figured out today. Ron?
What was that like?
It's stressful because I got a lot of stuff I'm doing, Ron, at work. I'm gonna go traveling for business on Friday. And then, I got a lot of stress on me. So I'm stressed right now. And so I don't need this kind of thing. You see what I'm saying there, Carlos? I don't need this.
One thing's for sure, Joe, your family's very lucky to have a person or a dad that's willing to take time from their busy schedule to give us a chance to come out and.
It's so nice of you to say that, Carlos. You want a cup of coffee?
Sure.
Let me get you a cup of coffee. Cream or sugar or black?
Black.
Black coffee?
Yeah.
Wow, put the hair on your chest. The sophisticated way is the cream and sugar, Italiano, the Italiano way. Give a round of applause for the magic moment. I never know what I'm going to get when I get the magic moments, but Carlos did wonderful, so good job on that. That's kind of what I'm looking for, is that magic. That's in the code, so nice job there. We go back now toward looking at the equipment now. Go ahead, Ryan, we're on danger line part 1 as we're looking at this equipment here. So you're going to ask some active questions about who normally does the job out here. Go ahead.
Have you ever used another company or friend or family member to do this type of work for you?
And that's a key question. You want to make sure you've asked about companies, friend, or family to find out the complete scope of different possibilities here, not just a professional company. Make sense? Any friends, or you ever use another company, or any friends or family or handyman even to do this kind of work for you? They just put it out there, all the different things that could happen. Well, I'm not sure if you call them professional, Ryan. I did have a guy from Acme. I wasn't too happy with him, Nathan. Acme, my man, my boy. Used him for 7 years, that company.
Well, is there a reason why you decided to switch?
I don't want to get into it. It's kind of awful, Justin.
So Joe, off the record, what happened with these guys? Because I don't want to make the same mistake that they did.
You have to know?
I would really like to know. That way I can provide the best service to you and your family.
Good point. I'll tell you what happened, Jake. This guy came out here and he started hitting on my wife. he said, Julie, does Joe, is he Take care of all your needs?
Well, Joe, did you call a manager?
I tried to call the manager. He said that the guy's been going through a divorce and he's kind of had trouble with women, John. You know what I'm saying
Wow,
there? John.
Yeah, I mean, did you tell the owner? I mean,
I tried to call the owner, but I guess he was at some kind of convention picking up women and stuff like that. I don't know. Oscar, that's what happened, you know?
Are you sure you don't wanna give them a second chance?
No, I can't have that in my house. Now, you could say to justify something like this, because it sounds pretty awful to say this. You could say, I guess somebody like, I've actually had people like, I was in Oceanside, and I said, so, you ever used a professional company? Oh yeah, I had a guy, but that's a whole story I don't wanna get into. Well, off the record, so I don't make the same mistake. Well, I'll check, but I don't think you're gonna make the same mistake. Well, what happened? You really wanna know? Yeah. This guy's a registered child molester in the county. Oh my God. I mean, what's your name? Oh, here's my card. I'm pretty sure it's clear. Yeah, go ahead. You can't go before 1970. I don't know. That was the 70s, you know what I'm saying? So, but I said no, but. So I was like, wow, really? What happened? I mean, did you call the manager and tell him that? I mean, like, shouldn't the company know about that? Well, I don't want some child molester losing their job. Oh my goodness. You didn't even call the owner? No, I'm not going to get into that. I mean, maybe it's just the one guy. See, and that's pretty awful. It's about as awful as you can get. So you're like, so you're going to hear ugly things on the danger line. You know, so if you're not like an adult, don't ask this question. But if you don't ask it, you'll get stuck later on. Later on, they're going to come back, and you'll have they call a fourth quarter comeback by your competitor. You thought you got rid of them, but you didn't. Why? Because you didn't even ask this question. So if somebody did that happen, so obviously they were getting estimates, but they were going to say we got a current guy, but all of a sudden they got rid of that guy. You know, I said, did you ever call the owner? No, I'm not going to get into that. Maybe we should give him a second chance. Maybe it's just the one guy. Yeah, but I feel like if somebody has that guy like working at their company, we shouldn't be using him. Who knows who they're going to send to my house? That's pretty good. So I mean, that does bring up a problem. That was an estimate call, right? See, if they don't even bother to do background checks, I can tell you something right now that the prices they were charging, we're going to be a higher investment than their prices. Are you okay with us being here? Because we do full background checks and everything, and I can tell you right now that you know, it's going to be a higher investment because of that. So should we stop or should we continue? What do you think? No, I want your kind of company. I heard a lot about you guys, actually. Well, who'd you hear that from? It was Carol. Now we go into who they heard from, right into that. See how it kind of blends right into it? And you go right into that part there. So let's go to that danger line. So you kind of got that done. So you sure I'm going to give him a second chance? No, that's where we're at the Oscar thing, right? So Joe, maybe it was just the one guy. So if you want to put that in there to make sure it kind of sounds okay. Because if I said make a child molester a second chance, Joe, I could give the child molester. I mean, you could get a second chance at my kid, you know. Give him a second chance. Maybe Julie wasn't feeling right that day. Maybe she could get her needs met by this guy. You know? You don't say that. So just avoid that part, but instead say, you know, Joe, maybe it was just the one guy. Hit me with that. The justification of the second chance. Hit me with that. Yeah, so he did all that. The owner wouldn't even take my calls. Yeah.
Joe, maybe it was just that one guy. Are you sure you don't want to give them a second chance?
No, we're done with these guys. I would never work. That's why I called you guys, Matt. That's how I got a hold of you. Now we're on Danger Line Part 2.
So how did you find out about us?
I got your name from a friend of ours, Ernie Garcia. He said all kinds of nice things about you, Charlie.
Was that, oh, I was gonna say, was it first referral, but you just told me.
Second Danger Line Part 2, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're in the referral section. I got two sections on that sheet. If you go back to the benchmark sheet, there's two sections. One section is the referral section, and the other section is the marketed lead section, right?
Okay.
Go ahead and hit me with that thing there. So yeah, I heard about you guys from Ernie Garcia, my next door neighbor, Charlie.
So what did they say about us?
Oh, he said you guys were really good, Ryan. You were top notch.
What else did they say?
He said that you guys weren't the cheapest at Aladdin, you know, Carlos. But he said you were the best, top notch.
Is it alright if I do something for you guys?
Sure, what's that?
Is it alright if I go next door and tell Ernie thank you for all those kind words he said?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, are you?
I'm sure I am.
You are?
Yeah, definitely.
You tell him I said hi.
Yeah, thank you.
That's so nice. And a second thank you, Jake?
Also, thank you for saying those nice things about our company. It makes me feel really good to hear you tell.
Yeah, it makes me feel good to hear people say nice things about the company. So those are 2 thank yous that you should have down pat there. You shouldn't have to think about those thank yous. They're just thank yous. You should get those down yourself, okay? So these 4 sections, the convince me step, and we're not gonna get into the variation. Now, there are variations, right? Because if somebody says that, you know, how about they say, who's your normal? You ever use an HVAC guy, or you have a normal company you use, or somebody who's a friend of the family? And they say something like, well, yeah, I'm a fireman, I do it myself. I never hire anybody, I just do all the work myself. I built this entire house myself. I didn't even use nails or screws, I used pegs. Wow, you're freaking amazing. I'm half Amish. I use pegs for the house. Man, that's amazing. Right here in California, they allow pegs. That's the natural way without nails. That's how we do it. In Oregon, that's how they do it too. So, well, that's nice. Well, Joe, I mean, you know, have you considered doing it yourself? I wouldn't want to step on your toes. I mean, you sound like a handy guy. No, I can't do this kind of stuff. All right, well, I do have a problem though, I can see coming up. What's that? Well, how much do you charge yourself when you do work around the house for yourself?
Free.
It's free? Yeah, see, that's gonna be a problem. We're like 10 times more than free. So should we stop the call knowing that it's gonna be higher investment than free, or should we continue knowing that it'll be like, we do better service, we'll do the service for you, but it's gonna be a higher investment. I don't want you to be shocked. Now, if somebody asks you, well, how much are we talking? They might say that now, right? Go ahead and ask me, how much are we talking, Joe?
What we talking, Joe?
Well, I can tell you this. I'm gonna go over the whole system, give you a full report, give you some premium, mid-range economy choices. If I could do that, you found something affordable, what would happen then?
I guess we do something.
You sure? We don't have to. We won't push our services onto people. Ryan, you sound like you're not sure. Maybe we should stop the call. Unless you want to continue, it's up to you.
No, I wanna see what you have to offer.
See, I hear people resistant, like, I'm not sure. Why don't we just stop? You sound like you're not sure. No, we gotta get it done. Are you sure? Because I don't want to push you into it. You know, it's gonna be a higher investment than free, I can tell you that. So what do you think?
We'll see what you have to offer.
Well, I don't want to hear anything about the price later on, I can tell you that right now, because they can't match free. We okay, or should we stop?
No, let's go.
You sure?
Yeah.
So you're trying to think of some resistance, weren't you? But you can't. He's trying to give me some shit, but he can't. Took away all of his shit. You know what I'm saying? So I love when I take away people's shit. I just say, well, here's what we're doing. You know, it can't be free. So we're 10 times more than free, actually. How much? It might even be 100 times more than free. I don't know. Could be 30,000 more than free. You know. So bottom line is, you know, we can't compete with free. So. If that's where you wanted to go, we could stop the call. It wouldn't bother me if you wanted to stop right now. You sure? Yeah, because I don't want to hear anything about the price. We can't compete with free. So should we stop or should we continue? Knowing that, you see what I'm saying there? Because I am not going to tolerate some guy who does it himself trying to tell me he can do it cheaper than me. I can tell him that right now. No need to wait till an hour and a half later and telling him that. So you know what bad customer service is? Spending an hour and a half with this person with the do-it-yourself looming in the background.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying there? And then throw your big fat juicy prices out there. And even you're going, man, there's no fucking way this guy's doing this shit. And you're giving the presentation knowing you're not going to sell it, but you're still just, the words are coming out of your lips anyway. You don't even know why you're talking right now. You're just like, why am I so stupid right now talking? I'm not the dumbest asshole in the world. Keep talking like this. Right? Ever been there before, guys? You're literally giving a presentation even you don't believe is going to sell. You know, I tell you what, guys, when you make a presentation, you got to believe this is going through. Like, there's no going back. It's like Tom Brady. Like, he never considers losing the game. Like, he only runs out of time is the only problem. Like, damn, we just had like 30 more seconds, we would have won the damn game. We were on the 20-yard line, and the guy dropped the ball, but we only had one more play. We ran out of downs or ran out of time. It's not that we lost. Just had one more down, we would have won. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes people a champion. They never consider losing the game. They just consider winning. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want you guys to think about too. Well, what was your aha moments for today? What did you guys come up with today? We're gonna run away here. I do want you to make sure before we start tomorrow, the do, be, and have, one of them, and one aha moment for everybody's name. Don't forget to put your name where it says name up there. So number one, everybody should have their name after we leave here, right? You guys got my cell phone. There are a lot of assignments here on first day. My cell phone number, did anybody text me or not? I don't have my cell phone on me, actually. What, you don't get my number? I put it on it's in the workbook, but I'll give it to you anyway. It's here, ready? 847-833-7912.
We've already done it. You want to see it?
Joe Crisara, Crisara. Just text me your contact info and I'll send you back my info. Okay, so make sure you do that today before you leave. Make sure your name gets up on the name area, and then tomorrow before we start, that has to get done, right? So we got 4 assignments. Text me your name, make sure that stuff gets up there, and then number 2, we're going to do the magic moment tonight with somebody, and then we have to get these 4 sections gotta get memorized with you and your learning buddy. Make sense? I'm gonna test you guys tomorrow. So tomorrow you'll be tested. The very first thing we do is start and begin with a test. And here's how we do the test. The workbooks will be closed. I'm gonna say, go ahead, start the call. What? You heard what I said. You've been practicing all morning, right? I didn't practice shit. Well, then you should sit in the corner over there because we're gonna practice it right now. So we're gonna keep harping on you till you get it. So I don't do a thing where I bypass you to make you feel good. I just keep pushing you till you get it, until you cry. You know what I'm saying? Either you cry or you get it. And once you get it, you're gonna cry with joy. You'll be like, yeah, I can't believe he made me do it, but he did. Yay, I did it. So
Don't cry here about cry at home.
Then you can cry. The only thing you'll cry about is your tax bracket getting bigger. You have to pay more taxes. How's that feel? Now you gotta pay all those taxes. Like Rick Picard, he made $920,000 last year. He had to pay like $300,000 in taxes, the bastard. He's all pissed with that. He's like Democrats. So get it down. So I'm serious about getting the assignment down. What is it? The magic moments. Bring your magic moments. Hey, if you don't do the magic moments quite like you'd like to do them, if it's awkward or weird, I get it. But the first night, go ahead and give it a little try. Maybe just do a thank you for a magic moment. Hey, can I just say something? What's that? Thank you so much for your service. Oh, wow, that killed somebody, right? No babies died. So at least do that, okay? And then if you can do an actual magic moment or the big league magic moment where you bring over the manager, that'd be fun. Just don't get injured in the process. Okay? I don't do any workman's comp here, so. So, and then the second thing is the danger line, the convince me step, the connecting to find the code questions, the danger line part 1 and 2, that's gotta be memorized. You gotta get that kind of section down. The best way to memorize it is just to do it a couple times with your friends. You kinda know what it feels like. Make sense? All right, everybody, have a good one. See you tomorrow. Get your time straight up. Get your time set up, like these boys are doing. What are you doing, buddy?
The morning's gonna be 3 hours.
Yes. If you don't mind in the front.
I'm gonna grab a couple more laying around.
Have a good time?
Always.
Attaboy. Check, check. Test, check.
Oh, I can't argue with you on that. Even if you don't like the guy, you gotta give him that. Or I do like
Crystal here or no? Crystal here or no? Hey Chris, do me a favor. Put these batteries. I get these batteries in here. These old ones here.
Oh, okay.
And then put we get 6. We gotta put the batteries. I got 6 of them. So put 2 batteries in that. Put 2 batteries in there. 2 there for it. Okay.
Oh, so there's 3 different ones of these to replace them all.
Turn them on. Make sure they're off too.
Okay.
Just pull down the, open up the case, the panel, sit down.
Put this little parts down. Have you guys ever done options before like that or no?
Probably like 1 through 3.
Yeah, what I'd probably say is, I'd probably say when you go back, we'll probably say let's do like 3 quality options to get started with, you know? If you feel like you can do more, you know, by the end of the week, then go ahead and do more. I would say give yourself a couple weeks at less than 6 so you don't feel like you're pressured into doing it. And then after about 2 weeks, you should be having it nailed, like, okay, I gotta get this. So next 2 weeks after that, make it a challenge to go.